times.
3.
2 to 3 times.
There we go. Now it's on.
Fuck, we're live.
That's good.
Yes. I managed to somehow, by a miracle, I got a retired police officer.
Retired, more like retarded. Totally different. Totally different.
You're talking to a mixed person like myself and a Korean whose uncle has bombs.
All right.
Hey. What sucks right now is
we have inside jokes about ourselves. That's what we do.
That's all that matters.
You know, John and all of y'all never don't understand how I don't freaking get the racial thing. And I'm just like, why? They don't say that shit where I come.
Yeah, I get you.
So I want to know, like, this is what I want to start off with. Has he ever tried, specifically to you, has he tried to put either a DMCA or a claim or just any of those?
No. So there were two videos that he uploaded at the time that I remember before I did my official quote unquote retirement of covering him at the time. There were two videos he made. The first one was the one I showed on stream yesterday, where he said 30%, where he goes 30%ers like you aren't worth the time to strike for stealing my content because YouTube won't actually move forward on taking the video down if it's at 30%. Then he made a second video about Minxie saying that if anybody even above 30% uses my video, I will strike them. I
heard that quote. I heard it in other people's.
Chris,
I heard that in Gara's video.
His nerves to have to be considered 30%.
Well, no, he watches the copyright ID tool. So, like, an example is I worked with Keem on the Keemstar show, and I learned how the copyright ID tool system worked more in depth. I already knew about it from covering Quantum and how to debunk him on his bullshit for the copyright ID tool.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot of people who are knowledgeable in the copyright ID tool. That ID tool is incredibly inaccurate.
Busted, yeah. It's
especially during the Sorroot day where Quantum claimed
I saw that
video.
Yeah. You live streamed that or was that a video? No, you streamed that, the Sorrow thing.
No, so what I did is the video was already taken down.
Oh, okay.
So what I learned from it is that we got a couple of people involved. So we had Willie Mac Show get involved, Peepaw Riveter, and a handful of other people that are knowledgeable on copyright. We sent the original video to them. Yeah, and Tipster. We sent the original video to them. These people looked it over just like we did, me and Gara and Minxie, and determined that it was fair use because it was a reaction to an already transformed video that wasn't even Quantum's video. So Quantum saw that the ID tool said 100% and just struck the video because the ID tool told him that he can do it.
That's like listening to. He's quite literally. What's up, Kayla? Nothing. Oh, sorry. That's like he's listening to a bot, basically.
Yeah, so that was my argumentative point against him at the time was you're going to listen to a bot. You should have watched the video in full because in the copyright ID tool system, you can actually watch the video in question in its entirety that the ID tool picked up. So what I determined was that unless he confirms otherwise, he did not watch the video that Soru did. Struck the video because he thought he can get away with it with being a smaller channel and being silenced. And then once it came to me, Gara, Minxie's, Willie Mac shows, Riveters, Tipster's attention, and we determined that it was fair use and we did that live stream, he got put on the back foot. So he got all pissed off. That's why he started off the video with these titles are so deceptive. It's cope. It's like actual cope.
It's like I laugh at the amount of what kills me with him is his lack of you ever heard the term you're allergic to stupid people?
Yeah.
For some reason, I think it's true because every time he talks, my nose gets stuffy.
My allergy.
And he's the one is I start getting congested. And then when the video ends 30 minutes later, I'm like this.
Well, no, the thing is you have to love. So this is the thing about commentary that I'm starting to figure out after working with Keem and talking to other commentary channels. You have to love the stupid people. You can't despise them.
No, we don't. The headaches they give you is just sometimes you're like, okay, I gotta take a second.
Yeah, no, you need to take breaks from it.
That are funny.
There are breaks you need to take with it because if you continue to cover one topic continuously without any sort of change to your content, you become known for that one specific person.
Yeah.
So when I joined Fireball with Salvo Pancakes, the first thing I heard from everyone in the conversation was, "Oh yeah, you're the Quantum guy, right?" And I was like, fuck, I'm here with like Mudahar and shit. That's what I'm known for. I was like, shit. So
hey, I guess that's.
Trust me, we all got names. We all got
guy.
nicknames.
yeah, it was funny hearing it come from a bunch of people that I was like, oh shit.
Like apparently, when it comes to playing, let's say, for example, I played Dragon Ball Z with some of my friends. I'm called Lucifer.
Yeah.
John, do realize you are despised on Star Wars Battlefront 2? The moment you jump in, the entirety of the match stops from killing each other and goes for you, because they know that they just don't want you there. They'll just push you off the map.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you piss off the entirety of that fucking community that
It
bad?
makes me, because funny. It makes me wonder because I think Quantum came to my last Battlefront 2 video and tried to reprimand me on copyright. Like so much shit happens in between.
Who cares?
It's hard to keep up with.
So I'm pulling up your channel right now, and I'm just gonna not to be rude. I want to look over some things here because you guys have 1.9K subs, and
that's not me. That's him.
That's him.
One.
Okay. Yeah. So he has come to this channel multiple times, dude. The sheer fact that he is even bothering with channels like mine, like yours, like
like check mine out. Mine's worse.
But like,
he's even lower, and he went to him. So it's almost like we were thinking, why is he going to smoke? We were thinking about that for a while, and then it fell in line with what it was like during what was happening with Soru, where he got the copyright for something that wasn't even Quantum because he was reacting to someone else's, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was reacting to Klutzy Kings' video, a friend of the channel.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that's kind of annoying is with him, there are certain things that don't really make sense. So like an example is like Def Noodle, like how I compare his behaviors to that of Def Noodles. So
oh my god, Def Noodles is epic on stupidity.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that yet. I was meaning to, but it was so much stuff.
No, John, you don't understand. Def Noodles will make you laugh. He says, "I'm a character." No, you can't hide behind that.
I could probably sense he probably wouldn't be. It's just like
die of a brain aneurysm. I've watched
probably trying to figure that out, right? Because it's funny how this quantum stuff's going on, and then I saw you cover the EDP thing. That stuff's like almost going like that ended briefly, and then this quantum thing started again. Like, what did he do recently? Because I was wondering, I probably missed it, or I went to bed a little late last night, so I probably forgot. I don't know if you mentioned it at all. Mm-hmm. What did he do recently that's like specific, like that caused you to come out?
What caused me to come out realistically was I missed talking about him to a certain degree because like Gar and Minxie continue to cover him, right? Yeah. And obviously I'm lurking in the shadows, like just watching,
basically absorb getting all the information.
Like all I do. Yeah. So what I do is when I'm researching topics or anything, I'm looking into all avenues, and I have a good team of people like Hannah and Tony that help me out with certain things, and Mari. But when it comes to the quantum TV stuff, I take my own precedent on that, where I'll look into things on my own. And like when I turned around and said, fuck it, I'm gonna start covering again, because I heard he made multiple videos on Minxie, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah, I've watched her cover. Like I laughed when she what was it? It was on Garza, or no, it was on her comment section when she blasted him. That like I was like, damn, dude, you're a beta.
Was it that he called her a girl bully or some shit like that? Which is hilarious because the man is the most conservative human being I think I've ever experienced in my life. And you're talking to a man who has like deep-rooted red blood American fucking Italian grandfather. We're not going into politics. I'm just saying, like, I have a side of my family.
We're not covering it, but we're like, is quantum related with politics at all? Does he have his own little weird?
Yeah, so he has this fascination with the idea that like COVID was fake and all this crazy shit.
I had it 3 times. There's no joke.
Yeah, so he never really he's never really had like an original thought in his mind outside of like a conspiratorial angle on things. He doesn't like nudity, which I think is hilarious. But he brings up the way of water tits, which is just hilarious to me. There's a lot of things about him that are just fascinating.
Then I think he can't play the game Mass Effect if you ever played it, because I think seeing Liara would scare him.
Right. I think he would be very upset by Liara with her blue tits.
And I said I was, when you had that the hashtag started going on with Freedom Blue, I was like, Give me Liara's blue titties # Mass Effect.
Exactly.
They got buried, but I didn't care. I was like, I had to get that out of my system.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. It's a great fucking game, but for him, he how I view Quantum is like it's like a case study on how not to act on the internet, because there's certain things you should do and not do on the internet, and Quantum just does all the not do's.
Dude, we've known like 3 people like that, and we just meme them at this point. And they're funny if you meme them. You give them a funny nickname, and they despise you for that.
Don't realizing that memes immortalize.
Yeah,
yeah. Do they not know that? Does society not know that if you get memed, you are forever on the internet?
Well, yeah, it's like an example again with Keem. Like when I started to get to know him, like that man has been on the internet 15 years. He has so many fucking memes about him that it's literally, if you just type in Keemstar on Twitter GIFs, there's like thousands of them. Thousands of them.
They're
so
funny.
So that man has been memed to death, but it doesn't get to him. He doesn't care. The thing with Quantum is that he cares a lot. Like he really didn't like
enjoy it. It makes life fun.
That's the thing about him. He has the same level of pride mindset as like DSP. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Does he break controllers?
I don't believe he breaks controllers or jerks off on camera, but
Quantum, remember when he said that I could play competitive games like Injustice and Mortal Kombat, which is the Fisher Price of fighting games?
Yeah.
Play me in that, Quantum. You will cry. You will throw your remote.
No.
Your ass is mine. Aquaman will tear you up, and Ermac will whoop your ass in Mortal Kombat.
Hold on. Would the one that skill based only count would be if they ever let you use the PlayStation 3 version?
Oh, Mortal Kombat 9, I'll fuck them up with smoke.
I mean, because that one you don't have the one button press combos. You need to remember the combos.
See,
it's fun. It's
fun.
I
did get a that email that you guys showed, because I remember the situation with what's his name?
The privacy complaint with Repsion.
Yes.
Yeah.
You went up to Repsion? Oh my god, how many?
I was listening to that one night while I was at work because I had my headphones in and that was live. I was listening to that, and Quantum was like that email they showed. I'm trying to remember specific because it's like a couple months already passed since that happened.
Let me see if I can pull it up, because that is a privacy complaint that you can levy against any channel that uses any information about you. So what he did is my favorite thing he ever did is where he turned around and he said, "You guys are using private information showing the what's the word I'm looking for? Showing the privacy complaint," which unfortunately it did. And this is where I gave him credence and I actually blurred it out. It does show his full name.
Yeah, decency to put out there. Like I had somebody a couple months ago, I know it was during the summer, fully doxed my address, and I ended up getting pizza for like 3 weeks straight.
It happens to everybody at one point on the internet. Your name and address will be leaked at one point. It's just fucking how it is.
We take it as like somebody said that's almost like a way of, that's how you're ascending the YouTube ladder. If you have people now taking notice of you, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah, you can look at it in that context, but how I look at it is it's just weak-minded fucking dumbasses doing.
It's like what's the point of doing it? It's like, what are you gonna get out of it?
Let me see here. I got into I want to see exactly what the privacy complaint stated, because I got an email from them. Repsion, this user took. Yeah, I remember, because Repsion was the one who initially leaked his name.
Was it by accident? He didn't do it on purpose. Right?
So I got into an argument with Repsion about it at the time, because he showed his full name. But the thing is well, no, he did file a DMCA on the video. It wasn't just a privacy complaint. It was a DMCA. So the DMCA and the legal documentation, you have to provide your full legal name. So that is a legal document that is public that you can do. So was it how am I trying to word this properly?
Was it legal or not?
Was it a form of doxing? Not really, because you're putting your name on a legal document.
It was teetering on that fence.
It's teetering on the fence. That's how I look at it. But the thing is like that's the last person you should do that to, especially after the Onision stuff, where Onision and Repsion went to court over this.
See, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that I didn't even know. Like when the first time I saw Repsion was from this Quantum stuff, and then I'm like, wait, he's got his own set of like every time I discover a new person, I see like, they have a whole bunch of lore I gotta catch up with because then I hear stuff that I'm unfamiliar with. I know a little bit about Onision because a crazy ex-girlfriend would always for some reason watch him, so that's why she that ain't a reason why she ain't here. But
that's why she's not here. She's you didn't want to keep watching Onision.
Was that the succubi, John? That your dog betrayed you?
Shut up. I'm not talking about that on live.
Jesus Christ. But
that dog bacon and it's just like the dog betrayed you.
What's funny is what also kissed me, I showed some of his videos to my mom to go over the whole Christian thing because we grew up we're Puerto Rican Italian. You couldn't tell I got black in my DNA because my nephew, you look at me, my nephew. Snapped. Oh yeah, my mom went in because my brother-in-law is quantum thinks he's in. Do you think he's very egotistical because of how he like? I think he just uses his wife's money. I'm not trying to say anything about his wife, but
right,
dude, she's supporting your habit. At least when I work, I'm working to support my habit, streaming and playing games on for YouTube and Twitch. But it's like
how I perceive the situation involving where he gets his money from. To me, that doesn't really matter. Like I know it's a point of contention where people are like, well, he doesn't really
need to be used. It's just something to think about on your own.
It's something to think about overall, but I'm not a big fan of dragging in non-public figures. That's kind of just like my stance on things.
I still don't think it's okay. But the thing is, even though he does it, it shouldn't be done in return, even though it's tempting to just he pushes buttons. He's a habitual line stepper.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with habitual line steppers, and this is something that I learned recently with habitual line steppers. With them, you can't let them really shake your core foundation on the line that they're stepping on. Because like, let's say they step over a line where it's like, oh, they bring in someone's wife or your family member or something. You can't turn around and start using their family member as a form of criticism, because then you've broken your own line. And that's what they want. They want you to break your line. They want you to break.
And I won't like, I'm no saint. Issues I've had with other people, I've done it before, like by mistake. You get at one point there's that you come across that one person that really just sets you off, but that's the time you got to learn from it.
Trust me, the recent situations in my life have definitely showed me that there's certain people that you shouldn't give your time to, but if they're habitual line steppers, you have to sit back and realize, okay, they're going to keep doing this no matter what. I can't fall for the traps that they set up. And I feel like with Quantum in particular, he subconsciously sets up traps. He doesn't actually I believe he knows what he's doing constantly and plays.
He doesn't know the extent of what he doesn't know the extent of what he's doing, right? Like you think about that premeditated phase, but he's acting on it almost instinctually.
Yeah,
it could be that he looks like he knows what he's doing. He could be doing both. It's possible. I don't think he's outright dumb. It's just like the circumstances he caused himself are dumb over a video game. I'm not even good at Elden Ring, and I'm still playing it.
Right,
I play little by little.
This is the way that, like, this is the thing that annoys me the most about the whole drama, is that it started off in the video gaming community, and it started off with Elden Ring, which is really funny when you think about it. Is that the largest YouTube drama that we've had in a while was over fucking Elden Ring,
a video game,
the game that won Game of the Year.
Yeah, which is just karma.
I was happy either way. I like both games. I stream God of War and play Elden Ring in my downtime. I love both.
Right.
Actually, the funny thing is, I don't really pay much attention to Quantum. I just cover them every now
You get whatever I find out and send you, that's how you get it.
Me, my opinion is I will only cover him if he does something really, really funny. Like, I don't know, Ragnarok, God of War, what was the other one?
Oh, Lord, don't get me started with him and God of War.
Hey, I'll make your head explode.
I know my God of War. I mean, come on, hold on.
Oh, don't tell me anything about Ragnarok. I haven't played
I'm not, but I'm just saying, you're talking to look at this right here. You're talking to a guy that still has his copies.
That's nice. Nice.
So I only look at it like if he does something like that, and that's when I'm just like, huh? What? Oh, okay. Now you're interesting.
Why does anything that gets me is like he tried to meme the game, but dude, why are you
like a Democrat? You can't meme.
You're still using MySpace memes in your newer stuff that don't even work. It's like his stuff don't even match up.
Right.
You're like a fucking Democrat.
it's just really,
Don't do that.
it's funny that it's gone on for this many months that somebody
Yeah.
cannot grow and change.
Please,
So like how I
just go away.
well, it's not even going away because you don't want people like this to go away. In
No.
all reality, you want people like this to be better. So an example is like when Pyrocynical covered what the fuck was his name? Something movie. It's like an Indian guy that had terrible mic. You couldn't understand him. He didn't really review the movies properly or whatever. But after Pyrocynical's criticism, he changed his content. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as it was before.
Are we
Right,
talking
right.
like your God, change your content, and DSP, change your content?
Yeah, like people, how I look at my form of criticism towards people is I want them to be better. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna laugh at you and I'm gonna make fun of you and I'm gonna call you out and all this shit, but realistically, what I want at the end of the day is for the criticism to land somewhere and for them to think about it a little bit and then grow from there. But most of them don't. Most of them won't. And like an example is like J Station, Def Noodles, Quantum TV, fucking Alabril,
Def Noodles, the lovely Def Noodles.
Like those people won't change. It's
unfortunate. They're stuck the way they are, and it's like I have people that were like that. It's funny because the people I've had issues with, some have seen eye to eye with me.
Canadians,
huh?
Canadians.
No, I'm not talking about that situation. Yeah, one of my old co-hosts. See, that was a little our own little personal controversy. We had to internally kick someone. It was almost like Quantum and Anonymous. It was kind of like that situation. I had that with an old co-host of mine, but this time, where Quantum thinks he's in the right, this person thinks he's in the right too. So it was a very. I had a headache for days.
It doesn't sound like too much fun.
No, because it was difficult because it's like you was basically. He was my co-host before my co-host right here, before Keo. And it's ironic we were introduced because of a lie, but that's another drama for a different time.
I'm just going to say this. The one thing he was good for is he made everybody that was hate each other all good for... what the fuck is Quantum doing in the comments?
Oh, hi, Quantum. How are you?
Quantum.
I don't. Is that actually him, or is that like?
I remain optimistic when I think it's him. I'll find out right now.
He just deleted the comment in the live section.
Let me check my. Let's see if I can click it. I think I could do that from the mobile version. I believe so. If I could, it'll be.
It's me.
Oh, what's up? Your best advice is to grow up. That is ironic coming from you, the man that hasn't grown up in how many months have you been on the radar of everybody? It's pretty ironic coming from you. This is the thing about this is the way. Hold on, let me talk. Let
him go, KQ.
Let me talk to the man. So this is the ironic thing about you, dude. Like I've gone off and done bigger and better things. I've been happy without talking to you or talking about you, right? But you haven't grown or changed in that entire time frame, and I actually feel pity for you. That there's been no substantial growth and you continue to do the same things that you just continued never to grow on. And that's where I find sadness, where you're never going to change. And I want you to change. I do. I think a lot of the things that you've done in the past, you could make up for, but I know that you won't. And if you do, that's great. Everyone grows and changes as a human being, but in your case, you just continuously double down on multiple avenues of the way that you do things, and it shows a lack of growth mindset. I know you don't care, but that's the thing. That's the issue. You could say that you don't care, but you do.
But
you wouldn't be here. Yeah, you wouldn't be here.
Channel.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here having this conversation if you didn't care. You wouldn't pay attention to any of it. Your lack of self-awareness is something that I've always just completely been baffled by. There's only a handful of people that have this level of lack of self-awareness. That's you and Def Noodles. And I know you say YouTube doesn't care, but the problem is that YouTube's never really cared. If it doesn't actually hurt their bottom line, they won't care. So your points on that YouTube don't care is moot. I don't want you off the platform. I never did. What I want is just you to understand that the actions that you did and the way that you've done things is pretty pathetic. You boys literally posted this on my video. What do you mean you posted?
What do you mean? Wait, all I do is share my videos on my community. I tagged you in my community tab on YouTube, Chris.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
so
totally
it's
fine.
He would have to see. He would have to see where it's at, unless he's again following. I posted to my YouTube, to my Facebook group, Twitter, my Discord channel that I'm a part of, and Snapchat season. Yeah, that's really it. I shared it around before the stream even started, before he even showed up. The only time I tagged him once was in the videos I made. That was it.
Your community literally posted this on my latest video.
Well, I've been here the
well,
whole time.
Well, hold on. If people are linking their content to your channel and you don't want that, we have no control over that. It's not like we're actively telling people to do that. It's not like we're telling people, hey, put this in Quantum's comment sections. There are people in your community that you don't have control over, just like how Ackman didn't have control of his community during that time frame. So your point is moot that this is somehow the creator's fault when they're not the ones that are telling people to do that in the first place. It's public.
Keep everything. If you have something to say, you keep it here. You don't go to him.
Yeah, there's no reason to go over. There's no reason to go over to other people's channels and cause more mischief. You could talk about it. There's criticism to be levied, but the minute people go over to other people's channels, that's a little ridiculous. There's no control over that. But for your case, Quantum, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're here because I've wanted to have a conversation with you for a long time, but I can tell that you haven't evolved enough to have a full-blown conversation. I can tell that you haven't evolved as a person to have a conversation because you just keep writing, I don't care, that you want me to change, YouTube doesn't care. That's not the arguments that we're facing here. The arguments that we're facing is that there are legitimate criticisms levied against you, but you don't want to have a conversation. You just want to stay in chats and comment sections, argue with people, and not actually grow. It's sad. Like I actually feel sorry for you. I really do. And it's kind of fucked that I feel sorry for someone like you who called someone's mother because they got upset at a YouTube beef over a video. Like that to me is insanity, that you struck multiple fair use videos, that you struck a channel that did a reaction to a fair use video and claimed that it was your content when it never was. This is a conversation and not smart mouth BS. You'll have a conversation. That's the thing, is I've always, like, me and Gar have always wanted to have like an actual conversation with you. We never wanted to do like a gotcha moment. We wanted to figure out your mindset. We already have enough of your actions that caused this to warrant your criticism. We just want to have a conversation with you in particular.
Does he have a Discord DM that we could?
I thought he doesn't have Discord anymore.
He's definitely still has an account, but I'm not sure if he still has a full thing.
Can you the link to this, or do you want to put the link to this in the chat real quick for Quantum only, so we can come in here and talk to Chris civilly? We'll mute ourselves. We'll be
more fair for that. Like, I don't mind. See, I'm not. We just like what is it? We know we have to be careful what we say on YouTube, but at least here we don't let nobody. It's almost like we don't take him seriously. We use him for memes. I enjoy watching Alex Jones when I'm stoned.
That's fine. That's fine. But listen, I'm not going to cause like an actual argument. I want to understand his mindset this entire time. Like, how many months has this been that he's been?
Yeah, we trust. No, we
trust you, Chris.
During the Elden Ring and everything like that.
That's all we ask, is to be civil to a degree. And
how do I don't know how to put the thing in private doing it, because I'm still learning how to do this. Remember, we haven't done interviews with people often. It's usually just me and him going over crazy shit.
No, that's totally understandable.
I go to private chat here in the
like, I'm not like Quantum. I've been defending you on certain points. This is the thing. If you listen to like some aspects of live streams that are done on you, some things are defensible, like where people bring up certain aspects. Read the chat. What does that mean? All right.
Look, Quantum, we're reading the chat, and we're just going to invite you, and me and John will mute ourselves.
Hey, Keo, see if you can do it on your end, since you're another host. I can't. I'm still learning how to do it. Remember, I still haven't done a lot of this often. So it's been a while.
Of course, right. I wake up like 30 minutes ago, and now I have to do a conversation with Quantum.
Yeah, like I didn't know it would be that. I didn't know it would be that early. I was like, okay, it's off. Probably like, because usually when I normally stream, it's close to like on Saturday, it'd be like close to 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, it's
during the week. It's in the afternoon, like late afternoon.
It's fine. I'm just very curious what he has to say over the course of these months.
I got the feeling.
Correct link.
I got the feeling he's gonna troll my thumbnail because it's your old cop fat avatar.
He's only gonna talk in chat.
Oh, he's not.
Quantum, we will mute ourselves so you can have a civil conversation.
He said he's multitasking right now.
Come on, Quantum. I'm
multitasking. There's a monitor right here. There's a chat monitor right here. There's a chat thing right on my phone, and Yu-Gi-Oh playing on the TV.
All right. So let me ask you this, Quantum, since you're in chat. The situation involving Soru. When you struck his video, which was a reaction to Klutzy King's video, why did you not strike Klutzy's video, but struck Soru when it was already a transformed video he was reacting to? It wasn't your content. What made you decide to do that outside of saying it was 100% his content, which upon review of the video, it wasn't? I'm very curious what you have to say to that, because you never gave a legitimate answer.
Until he finds a way to answer that. I got a question. At least this helps because I've been doing this. When I cover people's videos like his, does it help? Because every time the video starts, I put a disclaimer before the copyright disclaimer before the video starts, and then it transitions.
So it's good to have a disclaimer, but some people, in the case of copyright abusers, like let's say like an example like Susie Liu, if anything, Susie Liu doesn't care about a disclaimer, and YouTube doesn't care about a disclaimer. It helps from like a legal standpoint. God forbid if something happens. The percent has always been the answer, but you do realize that video was a fair use video that you struck, and it was a reaction to a fair use video that you had no actual copyright holdings to. None of it. You didn't. That video is transformed. Like again, the H3 Man Haas lawsuit states that you can use other people's content in a fair use setting for a reaction, and it wasn't your video to strike. Even though the ID tool said 100%, did you not watch the video in its entirety? A request for review is fair. So let me ask you, did you watch the video in question before you struck the video? Because all of that could have been avoided if you just did that.
Because it's like, if he wouldn't do it for any other videos, why would he do it for even like someone like my videos?
Well, he did it to Hypocrite Hunter, and he did it to Soru.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm more curious about the Soru one, because that one is a pretty blatant strike.
I know about the Soru part. I'm like,
yeah, I'm very curious the response to that one, because if you didn't watch the video in question, you aren't using the ID tool properly, and you're just going based on what the bot is saying, which we all know YouTube bots are broken. Obviously. You use the ID tool. Did you watch the video? The question is, did you watch the video its entirely before striking the video? It's a simple yes or no question. I'm just going to sit in silence until I get that answer.
I'm going to mute my mic so you can talk.
Hey, it's a Saturday. All the time in the world.
Well, we're just waiting because the lag time and the latency time is probably
I forgot about that. Yep.
I scrub your videos for usage. Okay, but that doesn't. But if you didn't strike Klutzy's video, which was a fair use video, why did you strike Soru when it was a reaction to an already transformed video? Especially if it didn't have 100%. You could have struck Klutzy, but you struck Soru. All because the ID tool said 100%. That doesn't mean that you have copyright holdings on a transformed video, especially a transformed video with a reaction. That's not your content. That's already a transformed video. Sure, there's aspects of it that have clips of your content, but that doesn't mean it's your content anymore. People do this all the time for other videos. Usage is what you look, what I look at. Oh my God. That's not, you're literally not answering the question. So you didn't watch the video. It's very apparent that you didn't watch Soru's video. It's very apparent you didn't watch Klutzy's video to understand that it was fair use. You just went off what the bot said and said, oh, it's usage. It has 100% usage when it doesn't. The bot was incorrect and you struck the video anyways. And when you were confronted on that, you turned around and did nothing. You turned around and said nothing. And then when you were confronted, you doubled down and said, well, it's not even worth striking videos with 30%. Well, that's not the argument. The argument is, why did you strike a video that was already fair use when the bot was incorrect?
Wrapping your head around this is just like you'll go insane.
You don't have, dude. You're the one that came here to talk, and you even said that you'd be willing to talk. I'm just asking questions.
I'll post the link again, Quantum.
You saying you don't have to say anything shows this. The bot is not incorrect. Oh my god! So you're saying that the YouTube
Quantum.
bots
Here's
are
the link.
infallible? Hold on. So you're saying that the YouTube bots are infallible? Is what you're basically stating there, that the YouTube bots are infallible. They've never made fuck ups before. They've never made mistakes before. They've never taken down videos on accident. They never give wrong information. They've never done anything like that, is basically what you're saying. The bot is not incorrect, really. You do realize that I had to work for a major fucking YouTuber at one point and scrub through videos using his content. And he said never to strike a video unless it's 100% a re-upload. I had to go through multiple videos to the ID tool. I learned about the ID tool. I know how inaccurate the tool is. I know that for a fact. I can literally call up YouTubers right now, major YouTubers, and they will tell you and me that the bot is incorrect, especially on the percentages. It pulls the percent of the video used. You do realize that the bot is inaccurate. You need to watch the video in question before you even use it. The bot is just a guideline. It's not something that you should immediately snatch. Like, that's ridiculous. And Hannah's right. YouTube literally just took down a kid's channel dying of cancer because the bot was incorrect and deemed it sub-botting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a kid that was dying of terminal cancer. No, not even a joke. This kid was dying of terminal cancer. Terminal cancer. Johnny Depp shouted out his channel. The only dream that this kid had was to have 100,000 subscribers before he died. YouTube's bot picked up on the channel, picked up on all of this other stuff, and then terminated the channel because the bot was incorrect.
Hold on.
How the request for review works. Okay, the request for review. Let me ask you this. The request for review, after the strike is levied and there is a strike on the channel and the video is taken down, not only are you putting that channel at risk, you're also hurting that person's viewership, their channel viewage, everything. The request for review turns into a potential DMCA lawsuit if you were to respond to that. You do understand that that is a tactic for intimidation that has been documented across YouTube for years.
See, people that copyright system, I don't know. And
who's gotten a strike? You literally levied a copyright strike against Soru. You levied a copyright strike against Mischief. You levied a copyright strike against the Act Man. You leveled a DMCA takedown against Repsion. Those cause damage to a channel. And it takes the video down. It stops the viewership. It gives the channel a strike until it is appealed. Until it is appealed and brought back. That's the issue that we're facing here, Quantum. The strikes may not be permanent, but you still put a strike on the channel. That wasn't a strike. It was a request for review. No, what are you literally talking about? The minute that you levy a DMCA takedown, that is a strike on a channel. A DMCA takedown takes that down and puts a potential strike on the channel, or actually does put the strike on the channel. The request for review is to remove the strike and to put the video back up. Why are you even taking the first step in the first place is my issue. Why even take the step in the first place to strike the video down when it is not 100% your content and a full re-upload? What is the point? What is the point of that? That is my issue. That's the issue that everyone's had with you this entire time. This is the thing that you're not understanding.
And everyone's been open to talk. Like, hell, even if I'm sure Anonymous, despite the way you came off to him, he would be willing to talk. But I know
this is the thing. Me and Anonymous are like cool. Like, I haven't talked to him since I apologized to him for the situation.
I saw what happened with the hurricane because I'm also in.
Hold on.
Semi in the direction. All we have is power outage.
It is stolen off my channel, and all you do is play video games over it, dude.
It's transformative.
It's still a level of transformative media. Anything involving transforming the video, talking about the video, pausing it, adding context, adding criticism, that is all transformative. do you not know anything about any of the concepts of like copyright abuse in regard to the Matt Haas situation back with H3H3, the Susie Lou situation where she said her face is copyrightable and that she could strike other channels, that there's situations with Onision that he struck Repsion's videos because Repsion used certain things to build context for an argument. That doesn't make any sense. Once the video is transformed in a transformative way, yes, the video is playing, but there's still concept, there's still criticism over it. It's still transformed.
Like
why not try this with bigger companies like Nintendo? Excuse me, Quantum. People talk shit on Nintendo's copyright system and copyright abuse on a constant basis. What are you talking about? This shows how lack of knowledge that you have on this situation. That people constantly bitch about Nintendo's copyright, that people keep begging Nintendo to stop striking channel. People have covered when Nintendo struck that one channel for 120 copyright strikes because he archived music of old Nintendo songs. Everyone's covered this.
Damn.
What are you talking about?
And Rich always covers Nintendo's, especially.
Yeah,
I know about it through him.
He's putting up a straw man argument that Nintendo, like, bring up Nintendo because they're a larger company and that he's just a YouTuber,
and they're draconian as hell. Everyone knows.
Yeah, this is the situation. It doesn't matter what straw man argument you put up, Quantum. The fact remains that is still an abuse. There's a difference between building an argument and pausing and playing an entire video. What are you talking about? If you're pausing the video to add context and add criticism to it, that is still a form of transformative media. Then there's an example where you make a video out of it, like what Willie Mac Show or H3H3 does, where they build context off of the clips built from the original content. That's already a thing. That is literally fair use. It's been determined in court as a fair use by the H3H3 Matt Haas lawsuit. Do you not know anything? Like, I feel like I'm talking to this. YouTube didn't agree with you, so why are you still on this? It doesn't matter if YouTube didn't agree with us. You still have criticism that can be levied against you. It's still valid. The abuse of the tool, especially when you didn't watch the video in question from what I am determining from the dodging of the Soru questions, shows that you don't understand anything. And that is hilarious. I really thought you would have grown a little bit after all the copyright criticism that you got, and maybe researched a little bit of things, but you didn't. And that to me just shows the lack of growth. And it's sad, dude. It's their platform, LL, so it matters. YouTube determined no abuse on my end. That's the thing. YouTube doesn't really have any sort of plans to deal with people like you, to deal with people that abuse copyright ID tools. Susie Lou's channel wasn't deleted off the internet either, even with the landslide of evidence against them. I don't want your channel to be taken down. I never did. You just needed to be held accountable by the YouTube community, which you were, for your shitty actions and behavior. I didn't agree with the whole Quantum's homophobic, so he should be destroyed on this. I didn't agree with that. Sure, you're a fucking psycho on that shit, but I didn't agree for your channel to be taken down. How I looked at it was, this guy is abusing the copyright ID tool. If we call him out enough, he will maybe have an introspective look and research how the copyright ID tool and YouTube actually determines how copyright works. But he didn't. And you haven't. It's apparent by this conversation. It's like talking.
No idea he would show up. It was like, I get what he's trying to do. But
he was investigated multiple times. No, the Act Man going through all the breaks of TOS, which I'll agree with you, some of them are ridiculous. Some of them are ridiculous, Quantum. Some. Like, really, like, some of them were ridiculous, like the child endangerment stuff, even the ban evasion, which I will agree with you. Willie Mac Show proved that the ban evasion was inaccurate. That's the thing that I can admit right here and now that we got wrong, and I apologize to you on my live stream about it. I've done it, but all the other stuff, the bullying and harassment in comment sections, the fucking overloading on other people, the copyright ID tool misuse, there's a lot of things that should have been determined, but nobody wants to go to court to finalize the last parts of the copyright ID tool system, especially with a DMCA. I know you don't watch. That's the issue. That's why we have an issue with you levying false copyright claims, because you get it wrong. You got it wrong. Oh my god. This is ridiculous.
Hey, it's funny.
I'm trying to send the active link, but I'm also typing saying, look, if you come in here, I'm trying to establish rules, obviously. You, of course, I ain't gonna work because you're doing,
Look, I just
you're not him. You're doing things like you're basically telling him what it is. He doesn't like.
I'm not saying to watch my streams. It's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to watch my streams. I don't care. What I care about is that if you're going to copyright strike a video, maybe watch the video in question instead of determining it from the bot. It's such a simple fix that would have left you not so open for criticism if you just watched the mischief video and in its entirety instead of going based on the bot, which I assume that you did for that one too. I always scrub the video. Then why did you strike the videos if you saw that they were transformative? The bot is incorrect. Unless it's a full re-upload, there's no reason to strike a video. That's literally how it works. This is like talking to Susie Lou, man. Holy shit.
Well, at least we're trying to get so you can
and
talk to one-on-one.
We'll be like, you know what? We can mute ourselves and even go off camera if it makes him feel comfortable, because it's like I'm making it easy, simple. Everyone is trying to make it comfortable for you, Quantum. Come on. Like I know this is Rich, like Rich would be nice because Rich seems level-headed. He's not aggressive.
Well, he doesn't want to talk to Rich. He's never going to talk to Rich. As much as Rich would be open to the conversation and everything. I like Rich. I think Rich is a great guy. Based on their history together, I think that him and Rich would have more of a blood sport situation than a full-blown conversation.
True,
in a way, there's
especially when he called Rich a pedo.
Look, you're safe here to a degree. Me and John will mute ourselves, and you can, so long as nobody crosses any lines, we'll let you guys talk it out.
Yeah, I still believe a conversation with Rich would yield less of a productive conversation. That's how I look at it. I love Rich to death, but I think based on their history, it just wouldn't.
It wouldn't go. Like it wouldn't probably have an easier time maybe talk. I think Gara would make it even easier for him because
Gara would actually be more. Gara would be very respectful.
Yeah, Gara's very. It seemed like sound like cool people. I know he was probably busy too because I messaged him saying, "Hey, can I talk to you about it was during with the Klutzy King situation, but I guess everybody did their own thing. It was cool. Like even Minxie, she got real busy because I was gonna try to talk to her, be like, hey, how do we,
Now he's not able to chat at the moment. Okay. All right. Let's set up an interview then, Quantum. Let's me and you talk it out. We'll get Gara. You can bring a friend of yours. I'll disable chat. We'll have a conversation and go over line by line the copyright ID tool and determine what you are looking at. Like we want to help you not make this mistake again, so that you could stop making the same mistake.
But Quantum, it's easier if you have this by voice. I know you're in the chat, and
exactly.
We're trying to make it for you, and we're a smaller channel, so you don't have to worry about Chris or anybody barging in here. This is like the perfect place to basically kind of hash it out.
People can't come in unless we approve them coming in.
And we're dropping the link for you. So me and John ourselves are willing to mute ourselves.
I know that this is a learning experience for me and Keo because there's parts of this stuff about you we didn't even know. Like Chris, you're telling us stuff we didn't even know. We were just going by maybe with the surface level.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things. So the thing is you can't just be surface level with these kinds of situations, especially where they evolve to the point where they're at. You need to be knowledgeable.
This is where we kind of fell off because we didn't understand it.
Yeah,
like until I asked my uncle when he gave me that example, and I don't want to say too much of what he said because I still, even though it's not like an actual case is going on, but he was a lawyer and a judge now, so I gotta respect. But it's just he even said, "Dude, this is open and shut," and that's really what I say about that. He just says it's open and shut.
I'm letting I told Repsion I told Repsion what's happening right now. He's like, "What?"
We're trying to make it even. That way, you two, like adults, can talk it out.
Do we need Southern flair?
I need to. Oh my God!
Let me just state this for Quantum because he's never watched my live streams. I understand. I'm a little harsh. I'm a little harsh on my live streams.
On your phone. StreamYard works on your phone. You just
It
hit your
does.
phone, and you can talk on the phone. It
So
will be fine. We will shut up.
So this is my biggest criticism against Quantum. You have to grow and learn, dude. I know you don't care, but you have to, especially if you're going to be doing YouTube. I know you have 70K plus subscribers. You've been doing this longer. You've been building up a brand, all that shit, right? But you're making the mistakes of somebody who has like 100 sub YouTube channel would make. Those are the mistakes that you are making on a constant basis in regard to the ID tool system, how your behavior affects other channels and who you are on the platform. I know you don't care. You look at YouTube as a business venture more than like actually making content and kind of just being a respectful creator in general. You shouldn't you don't have to abide by all the rules that creators do, but you should at least have a baseline understanding that the way that you act and the amount of audience that you have, that you can be a tour de force that's an issue for smaller channels, especially when you aren't using the ID tool properly. Like, that's my issue with you. That's my issue with you since day one. Bro, I've made no mistakes. Oh. Dude.
I was typing and I felt like the back of my head just got hit.
Dude, just admit that you 100% made the mistake striking Mischief's channel, that you did make that mistake, that you pettily struck the Ackman's channel, which was all fair use and edited in a style that is fair use, and that you also struck Soru's video incorrectly. Just admit that. Just admit that. It's so easy to admit that.
Like, we've all done. Here's the thing. I want to do
We've
something.
all made fuck
Let's
ups,
talk.
okay?
I think I know how I can touch them.
Okay.
Let's talk Christian to Christian, Quantum.
I can't say anything.
Dude, you're. How do I say this? Do you just go on a daily basis not realizing that you are breaking the 10 Commandments? Or at least one of them?
I will do it again. The tools are to be used no matter who likes it. That's not the point. That's not the point. I'm not saying you can't use the tool. What I'm stating is that the tool needs to be used in its proper manner, and you need to not just go based on the fucking percentage of the video. Now I'm getting annoyed. You can't just go based on the percentage of the video. This is the issue that I'm having with you right now. Right now. The issue that I am stating is that you are saying I looked at 100% on the ID tool, but you didn't watch the video. You just struck the video because the ID tool said 100%.
Holy shit, Repsidion's here.
Like, what are you fucking talking about? That's the issue. Use the tool correctly. That's all I'm saying. That's all everyone's been saying. What are you talking about? Like, YouTube needs to refine the tool according to you. Yes! Yes! Oh my God! You're starting to understand. Hold on. You're starting to understand. This is perfect. Hold on. We're getting to him. We're getting to him. Listen, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. The tool needs to be overhauled immensely. But it's on you as the creator to know what is a transformed video. Hold on, Emperor. Let me finish. It's on you as the creator. We're making progress, Quantum. This is good. This is good. We're making progress. The tool needs to be overhauled, but you as the creator still need until the tool is actually upheavaled and modified. You as the creator need to take the time to understand that some videos may come up as 100% of the ID tool, and that maybe, just maybe, you should watch it before you strike it and cause harm to someone's channel. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying for fucking months.
This is the best episode of History Lesson we've done.
This is the best one. John, with this Quantum, you're getting character development. This is great. This is great.
Beautiful. This is beautiful. Hold on. We just got to the first page of
Hold on. It's not a temper tantrum. It's literally an argumentative point that people have had since the Susie Lou situation. For people like you that don't understand that the tool has been broken, you just acknowledge that the tool needs to be overhauled. Perfect. That is what we needed out of your mouth. The next step is to show you that maybe you should watch the video before striking. Like, how is that a temper tantrum when it is it's a real criticism that could be levied against you? Like, that you don't understand what fair use is, or what a transformed video is, or how to even determine if a video is one of those things. You just speak out of your ass and say, oh, the video has 100% of my content, but you don't watch the videos.
My dog was barking. It was funny is I've had people make videos on me all the time. I've never thought that I'm like, okay, guess what? It says archive, right? It shows you the thing on the tool. Just archive. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, like, who cares? Like, if somebody makes a fair use video on you, who gives a shit? If somebody does a full re-upload of your content that you don't want out there, or that it is taking away from your active viewership, then you could strike the video. You took my video, didn't read all the factors of fair use, then popped off when you get DMCA'd. No! Oh my God, now we're back to square one again. No, nobody has taken your full video and done a full re-upload of it. Nobody that I am aware of. Yes, there may be some channels that have done that, and you are within your right to strike full re-uploads of your own video. Totally within the right. If there is no commentary, there's no special editing, there's nothing. You are allowed to do that. 100%. I support you doing it. But when it comes to a transformed video that is edited, clipped, used in a fair use manner, especially in a live stream when talking about a video, you do not have the right to strike the video. That is literally filed in a court under the H3H3 Matt Haas lawsuit. Even Repsion, who has gone to court with somebody over this, can tell you to your face the way that you use the ID tool and the abuse of the copyright tool is incorrect. You realize you can violate someone's copyright without using a full reel upload if you use the entire thing. What? He thinks you have to follow all the factors of fair use for a video to be fair use, but you don't. He also misunderstands those factors and refuses to educate on them. Exactly. Oh my God.
Hello, tipster.
This is the thing, Quantum. You pull up the fair use laws, Brody. Bro, the fair use laws haven't been updated since the 70s, since the internet was even considered it to be a thing. Like, now there's a complete change of things. To be honest, the H3 lawsuit, in my opinion, takes precedent over those factors of fair use
about now. That. Like, could you briefly, if it's for everybody?
So here's an example. So H3H3 got into a lawsuit with somebody named Matt Haas, a prank channel. H3H3 made a commentary reaction video using clips of Matt Haas's video. Matt Haas filed a DMCA takedown of the video and put a strike on the channel. The only way to overturn that was to appeal it. An appeal means that you are opening yourself up to a lawsuit. Matt Haas appealed the appeal and they went to court. The court determined in favor of H3H3 that videos used in a fair use manner, being clipped, edited, in a skit, talked about, commentary, anything, is fair use. They determined that it is fair use for reaction and commentary-based channels. It was a massive win for not only the commentary community, but fair use in general. And people like Quantum don't know. Yeah, and content creators. Quantum is one of the apparent people that never knew about this lawsuit, from what I understand. And I have to keep repeating it to him because he won't look it up. He won't actually.
Like, that's something like, even if I don't hear about it, I'm the first one to be like, this is, since I'm on YouTube, good than like between this and Twitch. I just be like, I need to know what's going on. I just want to watch stuff to figure out what's going on in the YouTube space. Because it's almost like, since we stick to doing the things we like, we get shocked when we see this kind of thing. And if it comes from creators we watch, that's when we take, that's
where you take notice.
We'll look into it, yeah. And figured, let's just give our take on it. But it's almost like you get worried about giving a take because you don't know what crazy, like, Quantum is going to show, like, the situation. I get worried about crazy stuff like that because of what happened to me this summer with the doxing situation and all that.
Yeah. No, I get he doesn't want to listen, Battle, but this is my opportunity to maybe help reform this individual and, like, let them know that, hey, like, you should listen to the criticism instead of just assuming it's all a hate mob. Like, it's actual criticism. I know about it. I simply don't care. Okay, there we go. That lawsuit was only a win for that creator. No, it wasn't just that. It wasn't just a win for the creator. It shows that if there's another court case like that, it can be used in reference to debunk another false court case like that. It's a landmark case.
It was the best case for all YouTube creators that made us have certain protection laws. Kind of laws that you're using against
Yeah,
us.
but some of the laws have made
exactly.
YouTube
Yo,
a little-
Tipster just brought that up. I forgot Lens versus Universal, Kelly versus Arian
God.
Soft, Mong versus Maya Magazines. I forgot about those. Those are
God,
other
those are
lawsuits.
big.
I just remember the H3H3 lawsuit as like the landmark for YouTube creators.
Damn.
You can violate copyright without ripping off the full video. We're talking in circles now. We're talking in circles.
He showed up, Chris. That's all that matters.
I get it. I get he showed up, but we're talking in circles. There's no leeway.
Like, because you really, yeah, like especially in, isn't it like? Haven't you ever heard that in typing you get no kind of leave? You can't get no kind of leeway time, but it's like that's why vocal, like being vocal is more expressive.
Drop the link one more time. Maybe he's near.
I'm only doing it one more time. After that, he's asked out because we're given opportunities, and we're just.
I'm being incredibly nice to you, dude. Like I'm trying here, but you're just making this more and more.
I got the feeling the way I do my videos because I know one of them he got offended over was the I think it was the 47 Black Adam video because I literally took that video he did, and I had a lot to say in 47 minutes about it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You could take that, but if you edit it in and do commentary over it, that is a fair use video.
Yeah,
that is literal baseline. That is literally the basis for fair use commentary. Like that is literally the basis for it. You could use someone's content and use it in a transformative manner. That's the part that I don't think he's understanding. That he continuously thinks that, if anyone uses any portion of it and violates my copyright, I can strike the video. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works, Quantum.
A court will not back you up in any case. A court will not back you up. Why do you care so much about copyright? YouTube doesn't see your side of this. Because YouTube doesn't actually have a good DMCA system in place. They never have.
Even a new YouTuber comes on, they know it's bad.
The only thing that they've done recently is delayed the appeal time. They put it to 7 days. Great. That's an update. Yes, you could transform content. Never said it. Dude, then why did you strike Soru's video? Now we're back to square one.
Oh, okay. Quantum.
Yes, you could use and transform content. Never said otherwise. Okay. So then why did you strike Soru's video, which was a reaction to a transformed video with clips of your content in it? Why did you do that? You're not going to straw man me why we're on YouTube. You're not going to straw man me. This is a fucking Susie Lou argumentative point. You're not going to straw man me.
Damn.
You're not going to straw man me. Let's focus back. Hold on. Let's focus back on the question again. Why did you strike Soru then for a reaction to a fair use video? Because it said 100%. That's not. You just said that if it's you can transform the video, it's fine. But you still struck Soru. No, answer your question. Don't straw man me right now. That is not the conversation we're having. Why am I on YouTube? Yes, YouTube. Okay, fine. Let's play your game. Yes, YouTube has its faults. YouTube is one of the biggest platforms when it comes to media sharing. You have to be on YouTube. It doesn't mean that we can't demand YouTube to change and be better. I don't understand what you mean by that. Why can't we have conversations about the platform being better? Why can't we have conversations about the tools being upgraded? Like what is this?
We just want the tools to be upgraded to modern times so they're more easy and fair use for everybody. They're still updating the 70s laws.
Yeah, like what your point is a straw man because you don't want to answer the questions. Like I'm disappointed. I thought we were going to actually like get some leeway, like some headway here, but it just doesn't seem like there's any sort of conversation to be had with you.
Chris, on the bright side, you got to talk to Quantum like you've been for months.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I could have cared less whether or not I talked to him.
I know, but you've been wanting to.
You just don't want. Hold on. You don't want that because you wouldn't have a channel. Wait, what? What? Quantum. Even if they updated the ID tool, I would still have a channel. What are you speaking right now? Repsion Tipster, I feel like I'm talking to a fucking brick wall right now. What is happening?
Drunk?
No, he doesn't drink from what I understand. I don't know. But like Repsion Tipster. Am I crazy? Am I crazy here? I feel like I'm talking in circles.
Well, we kind of are, but it's entertaining everyone.
It's entertaining. I would go wrong.
So,
Things can go from 0 to 100 real quick.
I just don't get it. It doesn't matter if they change the ID tool. I would still have a channel. Tipster would still have a channel. Repsion would still have a channel. Keepstar would still have a channel. Augie RFC would still have a channel. Everybody would still have a channel, even if they updated the ID tool system. That's not going to change the fair use factors. It's the fact that the ID tool is incorrect, and you doubled down and struck a video that was a reaction to an already transformed video because you didn't in your head say, maybe I should watch this before striking it. No, I wouldn't. The ID tool doesn't pick up on harassment policies.
Even I know that, and I don't know much about. Like, I learned more about this. I learned slowly about everything on YouTube, and even I know that's.
This is the issue. All right, hold on.
Cold.
So his points are: hold on. If the ID tool can identify content correctly, use your channel for violating harassment. No. It's not harassment. There's a difference. I literally said this last time. There's a difference between harassment and criticism. Criticism is where you point out a flaw that you hope that individual learns and grows from. That's criticism. That's like doing a movie critique, right? Like you do movie critiques all the time. You do the no BS review of Black Adam. That's literally it. Oh, God. So you've done that, right? You are critical of that movie. You have criticism levied against that movie. Now, is that considered harassment against the people that made that movie? No. You are a public figure. You are open to criticism. Harassment is where people go out of their way to go to your personal life, harass you, harass your channel, send people over there. Chris. Hold on, Matt. Send people over there to cause a disruption to your channel. That is harassment. That is a totally different fucking argument.
Okay.
Harassment is targeting a creator over and over again. You absolutely would use your channel.
Help for this thing. Quantum, if you want harassment, I want you to look up Big Mignana, okay?
If you want harassment, look up Maximilian Musk.
Okay. Big Mignana is a public figure because someone brought up public figures and voiced that community.
Oh, Lord. See, that's something I just learned the other day, too.
And that's a good thing to look up for harassment. Now, I'm going to shut up again and let Chris take the floor. I just thought I'd point that out there for critiquing.
Yeah, YouTube never gets never gets the yellow dollar sign wrong. It's not like I put an appeal in and I immediately get green after a few hours. Yeah, okay, sure.
I don't even have monetization. I don't even know what that.
Hold on.
What you make? It's only because these people link to the.
Hold on. Content that incites harassment is what you make. No, it doesn't incite. Listen, again. Anyone can have a handful of bad eggs in their communities. Anybody, literally anybody. If you aren't actively going out there and saying, hey, let's harass this person, go into his comment section, go into his Twitch chat, go into his chats, that's inciting harassment. When you are covering somebody and their shitty behavior and saying, hey, this person did something bad, it's just putting a spotlight on your bad behavior. That's an entirely different thing. We're talking about it if we were properly identifying people. Oh my God. So you're assuming that everyone that covers you is harassing you.
And
is that what you're saying?
That covers you gets paid. Some of us are so small, we can't even make $1.
We just do this because it's like we're fond of doing our own form of coverage. Everybody does it, but everybody's got their own way of doing it. Quantum, so it's like you got to deal with that.
Not everybody gets paid. Quantum. Some of us are pro bono. I'm basically pro bono because I'm so too damn small. But hey,
I'm just curious, Quantum. Do you believe that every single channel
don't ever cross the moral line?
Hold on, Mad. So let me ask you this, Quantum. Every single channel, from Mischief to Actman to Repsion to myself to Minxie to Gara to Review Tech, everybody, you are saying that all of these channels have incited harassment against you. There's a difference between coverage and harassment, and nobody said everyone gets paid. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Not everyone gets paid. But, dude, covering your bad behavior, maybe your bad reviews and stuff like that, is criticism. Harassment is an entirely different beast. It's an entirely different beast. Okay, so he is now stating that every single person that's covered him is harassment. So now we're all under the blanket of harassment. That's great.
Character development.
No, it's not. It's not character development because he genuinely believes that everyone is harassing him.
I'm just saying we're getting stuff that he submitted.
If you're okay with if you're okay with criticism, then why did you strike Mischief's video?
That would be a good question right there. There's the catch-22 question.
Mischief's video was making fun of your opinions on Elden Ring. You took his video down for what reason then? Was that harassment?
Tipster's here. I'll add him in if that's cool.
Read what YouTube details says about. I know the details of harassment, Quantum. Holy fuck. Like, Tipster, help me out here. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Tipster!
Dude, I don't understand why this guy wants to be a YouTuber if he can't handle the downsides that come with being a public figure. We all have to deal with really messed up shit as a side effect of being a public figure, and it just seems like he doesn't have the cojones to be able to deal with that.
But Tipster, he's saying that every person that covered him is inciting harassment. Would you state
Absolutely
that
not.
you, Repsion, Actman, Mischief, smaller channels like these guys, Soru, Klutzy King, Minxie, would you say that we've incited harassment against Quantum at any point?
Absolutely not. I mean, I can understand if we were like literally telling people to go fuck with him, but like I haven't seen anybody noteworthy, anybody that's done that. Maybe some smaller creators that we're not aware of have, but like we certainly haven't.
But this is the argument of points that I just don't understand with him. Like so he's stating the reason that he struck the reaction channel, you know, the Soru one that me, you, Willie, and everyone worked on. He's stating that it said 100% of the ID tool, and he just struck it because it said 100% on the ID tool. How often does the ID tool show 100% when you see it's a transformed video?
Well, here's the thing about the ID tool, right? When it's showing the percentage of a video used, it's showing the percentage of that video that's actually used within the video, but it doesn't take into account, like, you know, if you're doing a reaction, if you're pausing to provide your commentary, or if you're doing like a traditional commentary video, if you're cutting in content of use, you know, giving your statements or whatever, it doesn't take into account of that. It just says, oh, 100% of your video is within this video, right? So in order to determine whether it's actually fair use or not, you have to go and you have to watch the video, or at the very least scrub through the timeline of it, right? And he's not doing that. He's just seeing, oh, it says 100% of my video was used. That's not fair use. Strike. And that's not how it works. It's never worked like that.
It's incredible because we have Repsion here too, who went to court with Onision because of that. Like,
do we need to add Repsion so he can explain how court works?
Oh,
there
God.
have been so many cases both on and off of YouTube regarding copyright where, like, dude, like, fair use is a thing, whether you like it or not, Quantum. Like, you don't get to make the rules just because you don't like the way the existing rules are.
All right, so his point is, how is pausing just to call someone out of their name transformative? Because you're adding context to it. You're not playing the video in full. It's not like we're doing it's not like we're doing Hassan level content where we walk away and let the video play in its entirety. It's not like we're eating food, watching your content and saying nothing. That is entirely different than going over it and criticizing the points of the video. Even if it's just pausing it, it's still transformative because you're sitting there, you're adding your opinion, you're adding context, you're adding in commentary. It's totally different. Like, what?
I mean, Quantum, here's the thing, right? I've done videos on you, and I've used substantial amounts of your footage within my videos in order to provide my commentary. If you truly believe what you're saying in the chat right now, take my ass to court. I'd love to see how that plays out. I'm dead serious. If you actually believe you're in the right, take me to court.
Hold on. He goes, you pause just to call someone a slur of some sort.
Bro,
dude,
see, he doesn't even know who we are. He doesn't know who we are.
He doesn't watch any of it. He doesn't watch any of it.
Quantum, I mean, we can try to get you back in here.
Retard a slur, yeah.
Well, I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, retard's not. Come on, bro. Retard's not that bad.
I get called retarded by my enemies.
Animal said, then don't be a slur.
Hannah, chill.
Jesus
That's cool.
Christ.
Chill, bro. Chill. Hannah's fucking savage right now. Savage. Hannah is savage.
See, Hannah, now you understand why I came in the chat hot, because this guy is fucking insane.
But Tipster, this is kind of comedy.
But Tipster, let me ask you this: when we make criticism videos, right? Like when we do live streams criticizing people, our objective is to not. Are we talking? Yeah, we're talking. I'm talking to you right now. Let me explain
No, we're
something to you,
talking to a
Quantum.
pansy who's hiding in the chat. Get in the call. Grow some fucking balls.
I've left
True.
links in the chat plenty of times.
So
And I even said that we would all mute ourselves and let these two talk.
Exactly.
It's the most simplest
Me
setup.
and John are willing to be
possible.
fair.
So let me ask you this, Tipster. For as long as you've been doing this, and as long as Repsion's been doing this, you can always comment in the chat. Our videos are not aimed to harass people. We never think about harassing people. We think about, hey, we want to criticize. We want to talk about these kinds of people because ultimately, at the end of the day, for me at least, I'd like that person to take the criticism to heart and learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the whole point is like, it's not only educating like other people in the community, because that's a lot of what it is too, educating other people in the community of like, hey, this sort of thing's not okay and you shouldn't do this thing. But it's also like, you know, trying to hold people accountable for their mistakes in hopes that they will do better. Quantum's just one of those people that like they're so stubborn and in their head that they just refuse to see any nuance to anything. It's their way or the highway.
This is the issue. You need the nuance. That's the situation that we're arguing here, Quantum, is that there's a nuance to being a creator, especially one that has an affinity to hit channels.
Dude, he says they are aimed to harass people. That's why you make malicious thumbnails. It's not educational. It's inciting behavior, bro.
The thumbnails are made for comedy.
If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Look, every creator on this platform gets criticized, whether it's for valid reasons or not. It's just part of the gig. If you can't handle it, then get the fuck out. Like literally, dude. Because it just seems like you don't have the goal to be able to do this job. It really seems that way.
But let me ask you this, Quantum. That the video that you made on me at the time during that live stream when I was covering the Soru thing, you know, Quantum's next victims are small channels. Where is the inaccuracy in that when the ID tool that you hit with 100, where you're stating it was 100%, when after review, watching it, me, Willie Mack, showing a bunch of other people, saw that it was a transform video? How is that an inaccurate or misleading title? How? When you have struck smaller channels like Hypocrite Hunter, Soru, and then another channel that I've been aware of, like how is that malicious in any context or inciting harassment? You want to claim you're the good guy, then pop off and say you can't take it, leave. To be honest, that's the situation though. If you are somebody that is going to grow and learn and change, we want that for you. We do. But if you're somebody that continues to double down, Tipster's within his right to be like, hey, dude, if you can't handle the heat, stay the fuck out of the kitchen.
Bro,
I don't want you gone. I don't. But
bro, it's like this, okay? Like when you're a larger creator, people come to you all the time, like, hey, I'm thinking of starting my own channel. I'm thinking of streaming, you know, whatever it is they want to do. And they're like, what do you think? You know, you got any advice for me? One of the first things I always tell people is, look, once you start getting a little bit of a following, there are going to be people on the internet who are going to fuck with you, whether it's like legitimate harassment, because yes, Quantum, there are some people who do legitimately harass people, and that's fucked up, and we disavow that sort of thing.
Like an example,
and there's going to be people who like
Musk.
criticize you and shit, right? It's going to happen. If you can't handle that, don't do it. That's advice I always give to new creators. If you can't handle that sort of thing, don't do it. And it seems to me you can't handle it.
But this is the thing.
It's part of the gig. Like,
yeah.
How hard is that to understand?
So this is the thing, Quantum. There's a difference between what we do and then actual harassment. Again, I'm going to state this. An example is like Maximilian Musk or Brit Bong or someone like that. You know what I mean? People that actually do legitimate harassment against people, like swatting, doxing, all of those things. That's actual harassment. That's not criticism. That's not trying to point people in a better direction and educate people. I'm not saying that we're the moral authority on YouTube. We're just people that call out shitty behavior. That's all we do. We're not special. We're not trying to put ourselves on this fucking podium of like perfection. But when we call out something, we want the best. At the end of the day, as much as I called you an idiot and somebody that doesn't understand what the fuck they're doing, on this, like when you dig deeper, I want you to be better. That's it. But you won't be. And it's very apparent that you called what Tipster just said harassment, because he said if you can't handle it, get out of the kitchen. It's very apparent now. It shows your lack of understanding and lack of growth, especially over these past few months, especially after the Ackman situation.
Oh my god, I thought you would have at least gotten a little bit of development or something.
Yeah, dude.
We had minor character development, and then he just dropped again.
Even Susie Lou wasn't this stubborn, dude. There was a point when Susie Lou
Man,
basically
Tipster,
like
epic back then.
dude, there was a point when Susie Lou was just like, you know what? Like, I'm out. You know, I'm
Do
just
the
gonna make
Colin.
my content, focus on my own thing.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
stop
Hell,
this
she
like
tried to make
copyright
a
striking stuff and
website.
everything
Remember,
just because
Tipster?
like it's not worth it.
I love this guy. He just keeps repeating, read what YouTube wrote about harassment on their platform. I know the rules. Trust me, I had to learn them because of you.
Quantum, I've been on this platform since 2006, and I've been making content similar to this the whole time, dude. And I'm still here.
We're
If
not,
I'm such a harasser, why am I still here,
dude. This is the issue. Hear this. I will never take a knee to you all. We're not asking you to take a knee. We're not
What is it,
asking
Riddick?
you to
I
do
don't
any of this
know,
shit.
man.
All
Listen,
anybody wants
Garb.
you to do is be a little bit more open to understanding. Like, if you're going to be a part of this community, which, yeah, you are. If you're on YouTube, you're a part of the greater YouTube community. You should probably educate yourself or at least take the time to understand how this community works, all right? There's a reason why so many people on YouTube are criticizing you for this stuff because, like, this is what we do, and you're just like, well, fuck you guys. I don't want to do that. You know, like, it's not that hard to take a moment to try and understand
Oh my God.
why am I being criticized? You know what I mean?
This
Instead of
man,
just being stubborn.
he goes, "You're still here. YouTube is broken." Oh my
Hey,
God. He keeps putting up
you've
the
got
straw
a
man argument.
conversation, YouTube. This is the greatest thing ever.
He keeps putting up the straw
When
man.
YouTube is very fickle and they will whack him off very quickly if they need to.
Oh
I
God.
mean, I've gotten
Oh.
swacked so many times for just stupid stuff.
Oh Lord have mercy. I can't right now with this man.
Quantum, you can't control your audience to a degree. You'll have your viewers that will listen to that. Look, we don't mess with other people, but you can't expect the host to control everything the chat says. I'm only supposed to manage who I have on the show now. The chat is for you. If you choose to take that to heart, that's on you. You should be listening to what we're saying because it's only to guide you and maybe help you. But it's like keep hitting yourself with a brick wall, man.
Yeah, you seem like you're really upset that people are criticizing you, right? Yet you're not willing to do anything to like stop the criticism. You know, like this could even if you disagree with what we're saying, bro. Like the constant responding to the criticism and like being hard-headed about it is only going to make the criticism like keep coming, right? So like if you really truly wanted this to stop, because like for example, I mentioned Susie Lou before, she didn't agree with us either. But she stopped engaging, and then like she was able to continue doing her content, and then just people moved on, right?
But then she
And that's
stopped
the thing that I've
copyright
been
striking
saying,
people
in
too.
multiple. This is the thing I've said about multiple like videos when I've done on you, Quantum, is like, dude, if you had just like shut up about this months ago, it would have ended months ago. Like when people cover drama and commentary on like the internet, like most of the time that shit dies in a week and nobody cares anymore. But because you keep talking about it, because you keep engaging with it, because you keep engaging in the behavior, people are going to keep talking about it. So even if you don't agree with us, okay, fine, have your opinion. But like, why keep engaging if you're so upset about people criticizing you?
It's like, dude, you're acting like EDP going after more cupcakes, bro.
I wouldn't make that analogy. I wouldn't say that exact analogy.
I mean,
let me hold on. Let me
ahead.
ask this. So, in your definitions of harassment, Quantum, was you calling the act man's home a form of harassment? Was you leaving voicemails to anonymous a form of harassment? Was you being in the comments section with Minxie calling her a girl bully a form of harassment? Was that not forms of harassment? Was calling Rich a pedo not form of harassment? A potential pedo in my actually, let me fix that. A potential pedo harassment? Calling adults isn't harassment. You do realize that calling someone's family who has nothing to do with the situation when you already had them on Discord in conversations with him, the DMs were shown that you could have gotten an easy Discord call with him immediately, proves that you went above and beyond the necessary. If you wanted to contact Ackman, you already had contact information with him for VC on Discord.
Jesus, this is
that's
comedy
what I
gold.
think is that's what I think is the craziest thing about Quantum, right? Is he wants to go on and on and on about what he views as harassment, but he has literally done things that the community has agreed for years constitute actual legitimate harassment. Like the whole calling Ackman's mom thing, like that is insane. Nobody has ever done anything like that before because we all agree that that sort of thing is
all right.
fucked.
Hold on. So his
do you think
defense.
it-
Hold on. I've been wanting to hear this point for a while. I wanted to talk offline anyway from the sensationalism of online. So
Away from the
that doesn't mean anything. You still had a one-on-one communicative way to talk to the Ackman. If it was online, who cared? The Ackman even said that he wasn't going to record or stream anything, and I assume that you weren't going to either. Potentially, you guys were going to record it. Who the fuck knows what your actual conversation would lead to? But you had a way to contact him directly. Why did you have to go the extra mile to find the additional information to call the family and to call him directly? What was the point of that when you already had communication with him established? What is the point?
Chris, that's a good point. There were numerous times where he said nobody made an attempt to reach out to him hear his side. Quantum. Right. I had sent you on my old Discord account a friend request on Discord, and it sat there in the queue for the longest time. I made an attempt to reach out to you and hear your side, and you did not reach out back to me in response to me so I could hear your side. And then you're bitching in your videos and shit about how nobody wants to hear your side. So, like,
all right, hold on.
What's up with that, bro?
So now he's stating, and he recorded every Discord message, a phone call is legal. If he shared it, I would have something to sue him for.
Law, I believe.
But you also broke the consent that you're stating. You record the recording that you put up calling the Ackman's mother on your phone and releasing your side of the phone call, especially with her on it. What are you talking about?
I live in Florida. I know the law.
Like,
what are you? Two-party consent law.
Like what are you talking about?
Actually, Chris, I gotta correct you on that one. If I remember correctly, you can't hear her in that recording.
No, you can't. Excuse me, you can't hear her. But it's still
that wouldn't fall under the two-party consent thing.
I understand that.
I actually have to back him up on that one. It's still let's be fair. Like, of course, what he did was wrong. Calling Ackman's mom, we can all agree on that. But like, I can't use the whole like two-party consent thing there because
me neither. I don't subscribe to the two-party consent. What I'm stating is that he turns around and says, well, Ackman recorded it and then leaked it. Well, he did leak a phone call. That's kind of like what I'm looking at here. I'm not saying that it was illegal or anything or saying that he has grounds to be sued or whatever. But my point again is that you already had a communicative form with Ackman. Why not use that? It's still a form of a call. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't matter. Just do it. Like, why did you have to go the extra mile when it was still going to be the same kind of conversation if it was on a phone or if it was on Discord? What is the point of getting that additional information? That's the issue I'm facing here.
I am thoroughly tickled by how stubborn this man is.
I have a question, just Quantum. Why are you actively seeking very smaller channels? Like, John is like less than 2,000 subs. I'm not even, like I say, maybe not even 250, not even that, maybe not even 210. Why are you like actively seeking out way smaller people than people like these guys here?
So hold on.
I'm honored that we're in your presence
because he knows he won't win those cases. Like if he reports those videos or if he like copyright claims those videos by larger creators, he knows he won't win that. Not only that, but if by some chance a video does go down, he knows people are going to talk about it and he's going to get more shit. But he can probably fly under the radar if he attacks little creators, and that's why he does it.
Quantum, don't pretend like Quantum, chill.
But
and then he goes, like I said, I wanted him. Hold on. He said, like I said, I wanted to get him on the phone because it's legal. So you were basically trying. Now I'm putting words in your mouth here. This is just my interpretation of the words because I can't listen to your tone in a voice call. That you wanted it to be on recording for the phone because you could potentially sue the Ackman if he decided to leak any of that information. But that's ridiculous. That's playing 4D chess in the dumbest fucking way possible. The conversation was going to be, again, the root of my question is, if you just wanted to talk it out with him, just talk it out with him. Why do you have to think about it from a legal precedent standpoint? What is the point? because I've issued DMCAs on Repsion and others. I'm not afraid of any of you. He
Dude,
has issued a DMCA against Repsion.
This is how dumb this guy is. He's openly admitting to the shit that he
shit,
does
just
in
admit
here.
all
Like,
that
he's
live
Yeah,
on
not,
air.
he literally
he
just
is
admitted
not
that
a
he
very
filed
bright
a
guy.
false.
That
He just admitted filing a false DMCA claim on Repsion. There we go.
Jesus.
Good job, dude. You caught yourself.
He's taking his like confession here. He's putting it in a bottle and he's breastfeeding it to us, right?
Oh my god, have fucking mercy.
Yeah.
How did we get to Chris? Your policeman act totally worked. You got a confession.
Oh my god. I have literally.
It wasn't false. It wasn't false. Now you're stating it wasn't
I have
false.
literally, out of all the years I've covered copyright abusers, and I have covered many, I have never seen anyone this stubborn ever.
He's almost like a LA Noire interrogating NPC. Stuck on hard mode.
I love that Repsion's still here and he just saw that.
Hey, it's archived because it's going to be on my channel, so it ain't going nowhere.
Oh god, I fucking
Plus,
mercy.
you have the StreamYard archives if you need to, John.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
It was literally my good faith belief that it wasn't fair use. The thing is that it was still an incorrect claim when it's a transformed video. Oh god, have fucking mercy.
And you have to file it yourself.
Chris, don't die. Don't get an aneurysm, okay?
Here's the question I have for Quantum. You're obviously using the copyright tool where it
content,
says the
we don't want
percentages of the
aneurysms.
videos that are used or whatever, right? When you see that percentage and it says, I don't know, let's say it says 100%, are you actually bothering to go and watch the video when you issue that copyright takedown? Or are you just saying, well, it says 100% of my video was used, so I'm going to flag it? I actually want to know the answer to that question. Please answer that. I'm asking you nicely.
Yeah, we're asking politely. Like, yeah, we're laughing because it's ridiculous, but we definitely want to know.
I mean, humor. What is it? Something humor. Something I forgot the saying. Damn it. Something about humor and his type of shit.
He claims he scrubs it. Okay.
Yeah, but like
And then
if you
how
scrub
does
the
this work?
hold on, if he scrubbed the Soru video, he would know that it wasn't his video and that it was a reaction to an already transformed video.
I'd just like to say hi to all our regular viewers, and I'm glad you're here to
They're
enjoy
walking
the
to
show.
madness, bro. Not for us.
A lot of this was unplanned. X and all that.
Yeah.
We want to address some of them. So we're glad that we have Tipster and these two biggest people here, which I'm surprised. But we're sorry for not addressing your questions.
Yeah.
This is just they want to talk to them a while, and this is just too funny.
Yeah, it's like anybody here can get out what they got to say. If it's awesome or
Tipster, I don't think we're getting it.
Poor Chris here looks like he's about to resort to drinking.
Chris, do you need
dude, when I talk to people this stubborn, my brain just starts to fucking fry.
Let's meet at the bar. I think we need a few drinks, bro.
Yeah, let's I'll fly out to Cali. We'll have a few drinks. Jesus Christ.
Oh god.
I think we need to make a drinking game from now on.
No more drinking games. Listen, Quantum, I'm done. This proves to me that this entire conversation and this lack of understanding from your perspective, and we're being open to the conversations, but we're refuting the points because you haven't really given like legitimate answers. Y'all are being stubborn too. Why not squash the beef? The thing is that we don't want to cover you anymore. We don't. I don't. I gave up covering you because honestly, it's not something that was worth my time anymore. Like things change dramatically.
Yeah,
like Tipster has other things to cover. People have a lot of things to cover. And but hold on. What I just need you, what I would realistically want from you, right, is to be a lot more careful with your ID tool usage and to actually use the tool properly, to actually watch the videos in their entirety before you strike them, to, in my opinion, admit that the strikes against Mischief and the Act Man were not just because the ID tool showed 100%. It's very obvious that that's not the case. Like, that's all I need. That's all I want. And that's all everyone wants, is just growth for you. We don't want to keep covering you for the same bullshit that you keep doing. But what you do is a problem. It's been a problem for months.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like nobody wants you deplatformed or anything. We're not trying to get you taken down or anything
No.
like that. You know, we're all on this platform together creating content, and like if other people in this business succeed, like we all succeed. You know, it kind of like is this symbiotic thing or whatever. But anyway, like, you know, you're gonna be stubborn. You believe what you believe. It is what it is. I wish you nothing but the best, bro. But honestly, as long as you keep behaving this way, like you're gonna get criticized, and you have to be prepared to deal with that. It's just part of the gig. Sometimes you get criticized for valid reasons. Sometimes it's not valid,
Whoa,
and you just
Quantum, are
have
you
to learn
starting
to
to
deal with that.
DMC all
So,
of us?
good luck, buddy.
Hold on. So he says he doesn't plan to use the tool anymore. That's great. That's good. That's good.
That's a
Good,
step
good,
in the
good.
right direction.
That's a step in the
And-
right direction.
And to be clear, to be very crystal fucking clear, if somebody's like literally direct re-uploading your shit with like no commentary or transformation or anything, you have every right to strike that shit. I'll even openly admit here, when people have used my stuff completely, like without making any change, they're just re-uploading my shit. Usually I try to reach out to them and say, hey, can you take this down? And then if they refuse, then I'll strike it down, because I have every right to do that. But if it's fair use and they're doing commentary and shit, like, no, I don't touch that stuff.
Like,
So there's nothing wrong with using the tools appropriately, but when you're like trying to like use it to silence criticism, that's when it becomes an issue.
yeah, and that was the issue that we stated for the mischief situation. He was criticizing your video, and it was struck down. It was a heavily critical video on your opinion of Elden Ring. Which, whatever, you know, you can be upset with someone's criticism. I've had videos just straight up calling me every name in the fucking book. Tipster's had it too, but we haven't struck those videos. There's no reason to, because people will have their opinions. And I'm glad that you're not using the tool anymore, because you obviously don't understand how the tool works. Even making changes is not enough. Sadly, the laws and policies aren't caught up with current social media behavior.
So why take advantage? Okay, so he knows that there are issues with not only the copyright system on YouTube, but also copyright law. So why take advantage of that if you know that it's wrong? That just, oh my God, that is not a good look, my dude. Holy shit. Anyway, you know,
Chris,
I gotta get going, guys. Thanks for having me on. It was
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
meeting
you're all
you
good.
It was
too.
an honor,
I appreciate it. Good luck with your channel, Quantum. Like, it seems like you're gonna need it. And also, one last thing I want to say before I get out of here: Elden Ring Game of the Year, massive W.
Drops the mic. Okay.
Great.
I'm done. I'm done with him. Quantum. This conversation just continuously goes in circles. You have growth moments, and then 12 seconds later, you're just gonna fucking double down. I'm done. I'm glad I finally had a conversation with you. Yeah, I'm glad I finally had a conversation with you. I know Tipster, you know, Tipster did that so immature.
That was great. That was a great drop.
But you have to admit, dude, even though it was against you, it was kind of funny. Can we just
And here's the
admit, can we
thing.
admit that? Can't we laugh?
I give you credit. I give you credit that your review for God of War wasn't okay. It wasn't Elden Ring sin levels, but I just gotta criticize. That's not how you play God of War. Okay.
Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. So Quantum, again, like me and Tipster have stated, we don't want you gone. We're glad that you're learning, but the admittance that you knew that the ID tool and system needs to be overhauled, and same thing as the laws, is just psychotic that you would admit that. Like, I just love it. What's wrong with my God of War review? He's asking what's wrong with the review.
I never said nothing was wrong. I never said nothing was wrong with it. It's just that try playing on a higher difficulty.
That's, oh my God, that's the fucking that's the DSP
Until you
argument.
beat God of War 2 on Titan mode.
Oh God, that
you don't got a seat at the table.
True, the original God of Wars were fucking difficult, but I don't know. I feel.
Like you're gonna, do you need some Tylenol, Chris?
No, I actually feel good that I've had like some form of conversation with the man,
it's
because
like a form of closure, even though it's not the most expected type.
Well, oh God, why is everything about difficulty? And listen, they're just stating that as like there's a more in-depth way to play the game.
Yeah. Let's go back to having fun talking. Now, have you played God of War yet?
I have not. I have not. I have
not either, unfortunately.
I have not played God of War yet. I have no opinion of it. That's why I didn't cover his God of War Ragnarok review. I have no inclination to even give my opinion on it because I haven't played the game. It's not fair to him for me to be like, he's wrong. Like, I can't do that. That's not fair to him. That's not going to be a criticism.
He even got facts wrong about the original series, and I would spot them like you're talking to a guy who's played every single game.
There's nothing wrong with easy mode. It's just the way you talk like you played.
Don't promote skill in easy mode because my nephew. Here's the thing. Look, I'm throwing kudos to this. My 11-year-old nephew beat Elden Ring. And I couldn't fucking do it. And I'm a 28-year-old man. And I still play it and I'm struggling with it. But I enjoy it.
Because I enjoy taking my time with it because
it's fun.
All right. I'm just glad that I had a conversation with the man. Really. Like, I'm very happy that you came here, Quantum. Like, I know that we won't see eye to eye on everything, and that's okay. That's humanity. You're going to run into people that, don't understand eye to eye situations. It's totally fine. But I'm just glad that we at least confirmed that these DMCA abuses will stop and that it's no longer going to be moving forward. I'm very, very happy to hear that. That's the thing that I'm happy about, is that I don't have to worry about you doing that. It would have been a better conversation if you were more chill. Dude, that's not even me mad. Like, once in a while I did pop off. I can admit that, where I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's just my natural way of doing things. But when it comes to that, you have to understand that people's frustrations lie with the fact that the conversations, you won't concede or have any sort of like growth with it. Now that we know that the DMCA, that you aren't going to be using it incorrectly or to the form of abuse. I understand that YouTube determined that it wasn't abuse. I get it. But YouTube also does that with everybody. So an example, again, is like the Suzy Liu thing or Onision. They didn't take their channels down or give them strikes or warnings because of their DMCA abuse. The community had to basically not gaslight that. They had to put a spotlight on it. That's the difference.
Suzy Liu went to make her own website because it got so bad, and then
her website is because the Japanese media companies caught on to her lack of fair use.
Boy and them got onto her. I remember that.
Yeah, like the lack of fair use she was doing. The anime company started to catch on to it.
That's right.
So there's a difference.
Got onto her. I remember that now.
Yeah, there's a difference. But Quantum striking videos like he did before. I'm not saying he's doing it now. Especially when it was videos critical of him, is ridiculous. You think I did something wrong? YouTube didn't agree. Why not agree to disagree and move on? Because we want you to grow. It doesn't matter what YouTube says. Here as a creator, you should at least have some semblance and some knowledge of how transformative media works. You do that in your own videos. You use gameplay of other companies. Wouldn't you be pissed off if other companies came in? Like, let's say if Sony decided to strike you, if you put anything related to God of War Ragnarok on TV and you were critical, like on your videos, and you were critical of it, and they struck you because you were critical, wouldn't you be upset? Wouldn't you say, hey, this is fair use? Sony has no reason to strike me.
Like, no legal.
That is true, but hey, okay.
But like, wouldn't you be upset by that, Quantum?
It doesn't matter what YouTube says. It literally, but YouTube. The thing is, I could be wrong on this. YouTube breaks their own rules all the time.
YouTube fucks up constantly. They fuck up on a constant basis. They're not infallible.
Yeah,
that's why you're allowed to criticize the platform. That's like saying, oh, well, don't criticize Twitter, don't criticize Facebook. You've criticized TikTok. You said that TikTok is taking down your stuff and it's anti-free speech or whatever the fuck your video was about. So, like, your own point is moot.
He uses the Chinese website, China.
But you complained about a site and their rules and policies. You complained about TikTok. So your argumentative point against YouTube and me saying it doesn't really matter what YouTube says because YouTube fucks up and it needs to grow. Did you not have an issue with TikTok?
TikTok's run by the commies, the Chinese. Oh my God! How can you have it? Okay. Go Go talk to
Okay,
him.
what the fuck was that? But like this is where the impasse is. Like your straw man arguments don't make sense when you've done the same things that we're arguing against you. Those are not the same things. Okay.
Okay, I'm only talking the fact that the Chinese run TikTok, Quantum. That's why I have my bias towards TikTok when it comes to the China.
All right.
So
All right.
that's my opinion. So if you're taking Chris and my whatever I mean Chris, I have my bias towards TikTok.
It's fine.
TikTok is just like the bane of my career against because it makes no sense. Plus, that's where EDP went to hide and cover everything.
But Quantum, you're complaining about how a company uses their platform and their rules and determine their TOS line and to determine potential copyright. Like, why? How is that different when you state why be on YouTube and say why it doesn't matter what YouTube says and you turn that on me? Why can't I turn your issues on TikTok on you? Why is it rules for thee but not for me?
I love that phrase. I use it all the time.
All right, so TikTok removed a video accidentally. Okay, but that still caused frustration for you, and you made a video complaining about it, right? But you still made a video complaining about TikTok, which means that you criticize the platform. But which means you criticize the platform and their mistake and how they need to be better, right? Or to allow your content.
Twitter is owned by Elon Musk now. Quantum, so you better be careful with that. Elon owns Twitter.
Well, no, it's not Twitter, it's TikTok. He doesn't use Twitter.
Another one that he uses because he uses Twitter and TikTok.
I don't know if he even has a Twitter anymore. I don't know. I don't stalk him. I don't stalk him.
I don't pay attention.
But like
Twitter, I just use it to.
You guys are sour about the lack of YouTube disagreeing with determination of abuse. No, at the time, yes, it was a disappointment that YouTube didn't see eye to eye with the creators. Yes. Does that mean that I have to agree with the verdict? No. But at the same time, am I allowed to have opinions about the platform and how it needs to grow and get better? Yes. We're going in circles here. This is literally, there's no growth for conversation.
You're speed racing right now.
Conversation. Because you're just going to go in circles.
Yeah, I'm done engaging in this conversation. It's just, it's completely bad faith.
I know. Well, that's what I was going to say. Quantum, I'm going to say, I know Clown TV, I'm just going to say this once, because we're going in circles like clowns do at a carnival. Chris got his closure finally.
I did actually. I did get my closure.
The door is open to leave the chat if it frustrates you. We have other people that would like to talk or whatever. I'd say, as G-Bay, one of our normals, just said this is 10 out of 10 stream for his on Comedy Gold. And I think X82, I know you want to join, but it
was originally 3 people. We didn't expect tipsters, and like, who's gonna tell tipster no? You know.
I mean, tipster. That's like, for people like us, that's like, whoa, we got.
Quantum would be the only other exception because it gives him an opportunity, even though not a lot of people might be watching. It gives you a platform to at least get your thoughts across. Quantum, that's all it is.
Yep,
that's the idea.
You got to admit, Quantum, me and John have been fairly fair, and Chris too. We were silent for most of you in.
Yeah, we allowed because there's stuff that, like Tister said, it's educational purposes. Even you can learn from criticism. There's stuff that went on that I didn't even know about. See, when I stood quiet, I was soaking in the information.
I'm glad that we had this conversation. Realistically, like even though there was little to no headway, I'm very happy with this kind of conversation. It's kind of how I expected it to go. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, but
sorry.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I appreciate Quantum actually having a conversation, even though it was in chat, at least a conversation, because rarely do you speak to people. Like if you gave people a chance, like Gara, myself, and others to like actually talk to us and give us a conversation, this could have ended months ago. But
you can do that elsewhere. We're going to try to keep this civil here. The fact that we all had a civil conversation is the good thing. Maybe when he shows up on other ones, like, that'd be great. But, I just would like to keep everything civil at this moment because I'm amazed this even happened. But I would like to ask you a question, Chris. What was it like working with Keemstar and Colossus and all them?
Colossus. I never worked with Colossal.
Well, I'm trying to name, but Keemstar in general. What's it like working with him?
Working with Keemstar is what you think working with Keemstar is like.
Corporate hell?
No. So, how I describe working with Keemstar, because everyone has like their own opinions of Keem and like hates Keem and all that.
He's
stuff.
funny to me, so
Keem is
like,
hilarious.
Yeah, like people love Keem or you hate him. It's like there's this middle ground with him that I found where it's like Keemstar the individual is really a good person. Like, sure. The things he's done online, you can turn around and say, oh, they're reprehensible. He said horrible things, blah, 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 blah. Same thing with Quantum, really. But there are good things to see. Working with Keem was an incredible moment. But any more questions? Unfortunately, no, Quantum. I think I got all my questions out. I think me and Tipster and Repsion are pretty satisfied with the conversation at hand. I wish you the best of luck, dude. I really do. And if there's no more DMCAs to worry about moving forward, or any sort of abuse of the system, then we're good. We're good. I have no issue with you.
I think me and John can have no issue now. I mean,
yeah,
as long as we don't get thumbnail strikes or anything anymore,
things that
we'll leave you be.
I'm not trying to be like. Here's the thing: we never attempt to be commentary, but it's like we end up getting sucked into doing it.
Right. A lot of people end up that way. I never thought I would ever become commentary, but it ended up happening.
Or people just have actually end up loving up what I call history lessons commentary.
But Quantum, I do appreciate the conversation, even though it was through chat and it's patience and everything. I do appreciate you actually coming out here. I enjoy that. I appreciate it, if anything, to have a conversation with you. And that's all that matters. That's all most of us have wanted, is to like talk to you directly. And I appreciate you coming here and doing that. 9 times out of 10, there's a misunderstanding. The thing is that some of the things we're at an impasse on. Actually, most things
we're at an impasse.
Yeah, we're at an impasse on most things.
Let's not have an argument. But anyway, here's a good thing, Chris. Your opinion of WB canceling the DC universe.
WA canceling the DC universe.
I mean, WB.
WB canceling the DC universe. I think it's a good idea. I think that they were so far behind that they had no more recourse. Like, just keep cranking out Batman movies. Who gives a shit?
I think they have an opportunity with the Batman, because he's only 2 years. You've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I saw the Robert Pattinson one.
So he's good. Only 2 years. He's only like theoretically 2 years into being Batman. Mm-hmm. You could say, and they did for some reason. Someone, I don't know if they let slip, but if it's official or not, they're saying something that he takes place on Earth 2. So you can just say, oh, then forget Earth 1. That was the first Snyderverse, and then we just focus on Earth 2.
Right. I'm not a big fan of like reboots. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, but the DC universe is so behind Marvel that when they tried to create their own universe, they were like at least 5-6 years behind on the timeline for it to make sense, or people to like get excited in the first place. Yeah. So how I look at it is that, sure, you could see it as like a good thing that they're rebooting it, but I don't know. I just love the idea of Christian Bale's Batman and all that shit.
Oh, I love the Christian Bale.
Like their first, like it was funny is
Joker.
Oh yeah,
like Joker was good with Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin's Joker was actually really good. Thank you, Quantum. I appreciate you coming out, man.
Thank you, Quantum, for showing up and being civil. And we're glad we tried to keep as civil as possible.
Appreciate it.
Or bad if it got out of control, but have a good day.
Yeah, dude. Have a good day.
Work and
there's another person that I want to bring up with you, Chris. But that's if like we want to continue on this DC thing, but you're gonna laugh at this one because you just covered him the other day. And I got nieces that are underage. You know where I'm going with this.
EDP?
Yep.
Oh Lord, EDP 445, the cupcake man himself, the progenitor.
You know what's funny? He's still to blame. He's still what he did is more like that chick though. But when you listen to that girl he was talking to, I listen clearly. I've dealt with chicks like that. You could tell she shouldn't be given too much kudos. You can tell it was just to uplift her standing in some form.
Are you talking about the 17-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 17-year-old that admitted to trolling EDP with not even knowing who EDP was, definitely looks like it was like a standing. It definitely looks like it was a standing to troll, right? Like that. That's what it looks like. Well, to be honest, that's what it sounds like. But honestly, it's still ridiculous that EDP puts himself in these positions after the first time he was caught already. And he's still doing the same things that he did before, like sending shit pictures to her saying, I need to put down a towel to jerk off and all this stuff. Like just horrid shit. Like who sends shit pictures?
Like I sent all this to my uncle as well. And now unlike
tell him what you found out about with the how he, the things you told me, how it's going to be impossible now with him.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I also asked my uncle on this stuff because, like I say, he's the only person I can go to with law. He lives in Albany, so he's the judge of Albany up in New York. And during his time as a lawyer, like he was just a lawyer, like at least last year, and that's when a lot of this popped off. I kept sending him the video saying, "How is he not in jail yet? How is he not in jail yet?" And my uncle pointed out that he was actually entrapped twice, not once, but twice. So in court, the evidence looks even more murky, even though it's solid proof. It could look murky still.
Right.
And tell them about how the court system is today, how just recently happened that you told me, with the impossibility of charges.
The possibility, okay.
Remember you're talking about that, how it would almost be impossible?
It wouldn't be impossible. There's only one way I could say someone could catch EDP. And like I said, we don't condone anything going on, but you're going to come across the wrong person's daughter, niece, or something. I mean, I don't have kids. I got nieces. And if EDP was caught talking to them, don't get me wrong, I'm a man. What you expect me to do? But if he takes you to court for, let's say, assault, all you got to do is play your cards right and take the evidence of what he did. He might win the case of assault, but then the court and the jury's going to be like, yo, there's a reason why this guy did this to you. Yeah. At least the judge should have some form of morality in the jury.
The only way that would ever EDP will ever be shut down is like if a woman.
He's on Rumble now. He's leaving TikTok.
What, the Chinese kicked him off? Yeah. The Chinese got him?
No, it's just like it's weird because.
Oh damn it! The Chinese.
His account's not inactive, but he's going to Rumble because at least that's the last place apparently that didn't get rid of him. Which I don't understand how TikTok lets people like him stay. Because I have nieces and nephews that use TikTok. Because of course they're the kids.
I know why he went to Rumble. Rumble is very easier to get monetized and get money than anything ever. So Rumble is very easy.
Well, Rumble's easy, but it's also a platform that will do the same thing YouTube did, where it was like the Wild West, and once sponsors come in, Rumble will start issuing out.
Like I just recently got like for YouTube. I thought I was gonna get on YouTube first, but I recently just got like for Twitch. I guess now I have I gotta read it. I did. The affiliate, yeah. And it says now I can start doing this. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance both YouTube and Twitch because I want to do both, at least to a degree. I work a job, but I can do both on my days off.
Yes, Battle Puppet. The entrapment thing was kind of how he got out of it because the poacher thing messed it up.
The poacher thing wasn't. That was the first entrapment. Do you want to know where the second one was?
The new one?
No.
Or was it?
They engaged him first.
Oh.
And as much as we wanted, yes, he was wrong. They messed it up by doing that first, and that's also coming from my uncle. He needed to act first. That like I said, there's a lot of gray areas with law, even stuff I don't know. That's why I'm like, how the hell is he not there yet? And that's the funny thing is, honestly, Chris, you know who's gonna laugh? When we first started watching, we honestly thought he was a cop for real.
Yeah, no, not a real police officer. I put that in my bio because somebody actually asked me who was a decorated cop. They were like, "Hey, are you actually a part of the force?" And I was like, "No, please don't actually think I'm a cop."
Because when you look at that old thumbnail of the fat cop looking like this from afar, because it's blurry, it kind of looks like you, but when you zoom it up and clear, I was like, "No, that's not him."
Jesus Christ.
We were like, oh, shit, he's an actual cop. All right, we got to ask him these questions. Okay, he's not a cop. Let me go ask my uncle these questions.
Yeah, cosplay was epic, though.
Yeah, well, I started laughing.
It's just a fucking like $2 hat from fucking Amazon. Anyone can buy that
shirt
shit.
And everything to go with it.
Oh yeah, the shirt.
You look like one of the NYPD.
Yeah, funny enough, my grandfather was a part of the NYPD in the 70s. He used to be a mounted police officer.
You looked like one of my local.
And the thing is, I also found out.
Give me speed tickets.
My uncle also asked me, "Where's this guy from?" He moved. By my understanding, I guess, because I listened to a video of what happened with the 17-year-old. I guess the guy who did the interview master at work has EDPs that are saying he went back to his hometown. And California, my sisters used to live out there, have the worst age of consent laws in America.
Oh my God, call me Florida.
So let's say if not Florida, it's California, fool.
I call it commie Florida. I
It
blame
sounds like you said
Hentai for that.
Florida too. I know Florida's crazy, but at least we have a brain compared to friggin' California.
Hey, Hentai, whatever. Our old local was the one that nicknamed that.
Oh,
I'm just quoting him.
But
Well,
over
right
there, it's up to the judge's discretion. So let's say even if she wasn't 13, let's say if she was 16 or 17, it would be up to the judge. And if it was seen as a mistake, he still could have possibly got off. Even then. So it's very muddy. He probably, I guess, moving around, like when he moved around, that was out of fear. You can tell. But a lot of people are like, if he's back in his hometown, he clearly had nothing to worry about. I mean, except losing his places all the time. But the guy doesn't want to. Yeah, but my understanding, I read on Reddit that huh? Florida man will disagree with that, John.
Yeah, how cold is it where you live, Chris? It's like
right now it's probably like 5 degrees because we got a good amount of snow where I live right now.
Damn it! That means the snow's coming my way.
And how far? Like, isn't Buffalo more north compared to? Because my family's from Manhattan.
It's more west. It's like more
west?
Northwest, really.
Okay.
This area has such bad lake effect snow at some points that like things get shut down. So like for the Keemstar show, I was turning around and saying, hey, you know what? I shouldn't go out to Keem's house or the compound because I didn't want to put my life in danger because I have a 2-wheel car. Funny enough, I fucking real wheel in the middle of snow, which is the worst fucking thing that you can have. So going out to where Keem lives in the country. Yeah, Keem lives out in the country. He doesn't live in the city whatsoever. So getting to him would have been, and leaving would have been dangerous, but his defense was, we would have made content, snowmobiles, all that shit.
Yeah.
And me and Salvo decided not to go. And, because it's just that dangerous. Like going out to where he lived, like there was multiple car accidents, people getting stuck and everything. So I was like, I don't.
Have you ever been to, have you ever seen or passed through or stayed during the wintertime in Delaware?
No, I have not stayed during the wintertime in Delaware.
Bad. Here's the thing. It's nice and it's bad. The reason why it was bad because
You've never seen snow before.
I haven't seen snow since I was 7 years old. I saw it when I was 7, forgot what it was like, but I had ended up catching the Omicron version of COVID. Ooh. So imagine my dad, he has me, I'm in the back of the car. This is the first time I catch it. I never had a sickness knock me down that hard. Because even when I'm sick or with the flu, I've streamed and he can tell you. I look like the Reaper smacked me.
You were because you were off YouTube for 3 months and Twitch. You just went totally dark. And I remember like having to really message for you. But oh my God, like I would be on Discord, you just like help me. But somehow you would win Millennium Falcon Monopoly when you're dying against your brother.
That's true. How do I win? I win a Monopoly with COVID. I've won them dying bucks. But what was funny was like my dad, like with dangerous roads, Delaware has it when it's the road ices when it hits. My dad didn't give a damn. He got me to the hospital, and I felt like I was in Tokyo Drift with the way he was. And there was no cars in the street.
Right.
But all I saw, like, because I was in between sleep, like I wanted to go to sleep, like the sickness was making me want to sleep, but I was like, I had to stay with to talk to the doctor. So like, imagine all those lights when you're hallucinating. It's the fever, the fever dream.
When I got that shit.
Yeah, it was bad. And then when I opened the door, when we opened the door, when I got back home, the ice shards fell down. It's like something out of Mortal Kombat. I thought I was gonna die.
That's a little dangerous.
Yeah,
I bet in a fever, those things look worse because
worse than fever. It was funny because on New Year's, like when I spent the New Year's out there, and I was partying with all my cousins, my brother was so, like he didn't care because we told this story before on YouTube, and he was all for it. He got drunk and did not think to start betting his friends' money because they were all trying to fight me on Revenge of the Sith for the PS2 saying, we can beat your brother. And my brother looked at them, but I looked back at them with my neck twisted almost like the Exorcist saying, you said what, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
You could have won so much money playing that game on verse mode.
Like this right here, Chris, you ever played this when you was a kid?
Yeah, I played that shit. That was the best.
The dual mode is where I'm a
Do we need to tell them about what happened to your poor Game of the Gods?
You want to get me pissed off, don't you? I'm not trying to get angry. Okay, Chris, have you ever had somebody break a game that you valued? Like the game that like there's so many games out there, but like a game that's like no matter how old it is or when you played it, you will play that when the fucking that's like your game.
Halo 3. Somebody broke the game for me, like physically or just like, from a gameplay standpoint.
So like if somebody if you were beating somebody and they just
they broke the controller. Yeah, no, I had
the game itself, the disc.
The disc, yeah, no. My mother did that. So I was playing I was playing Halo 3 with my brother, and that's where I was like learning how to be the degenerate that you see in front of you right now. And she heard a lot of the stuff. She came in and snapped the disc and then used the box and like hit me over the head with it. Like that,
oh my god,
dude! Like back in the day, bro. Like the fucking early,
back when semi-abuse was disciplined.
Yeah, back when it was disciplined.
PlayStation, PS1 disc things, CD case. Those hurt worse when your mom's.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. When you have a Latin American mother, it's tough.
Try having that Latin and Italian.
Willie Back Show is asking me for your stream.
Where?
Oh my god!
No, it's on Twitter. Willie Back Show is asking. He wants to see like where I debated him, but it's all in chat. I hope Willie doesn't get annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Well, it's all in chat, guys. Listen to the people, to the creators that are coming in here en masse to find the audio. There is no audio. I'm warning you now. It's all chat. It was complete refusal to call in. So go scroll back. We tried to get him in.
Just go ahead and scrum through.
Yeah, just scroll back, Willie. Scroll back. I know you're in here right now, Willie. Just scroll back, bro.
Willie and all y'all who come in later, we're sorry. We tried. We tried multiple times dropping the link.
I should have put that. I should have put that in the tweet.
Can tell you that.
I should have put that in the tweet.
Yeah,
I should have, but whatever.
When I was sharing with the streamer, like when I said I was going to set up, when I was setting up 20 minutes prior, I had already thing pre-sent out to everywhere, and then I'm like, okay, this goes off normal. And then how the hell did we get hit with Quantum? I was like, something in the back of my mind told me he was coming, but I was like, nah, I doubt it. I doubt it.
There's no way. We're too small.
I'm still very surprised that even happened in the first place. I'm very.
The fact that he got Tipster over here, I think his pants.
It's incredible.
Shocked.
I'm not surprised. This is the thing. Whenever I get into a conversation with somebody or any form of debate on content ethics, I always assume that person, if they aren't somebody who does like commentary or doesn't like have a higher standard for what they think that creators should do, that they'll constantly circle the drain and just have circular arguments. And that's what I expected, even if I talk to them on VC. So the conversation that we had in chat is as good as you're going to get it on VC. You know what I mean? It's just how it is.
And at least it didn't devolve into a yelling match.
Yeah, at least it didn't evolve. It didn't devolve into a yelling match. I admitted some points on my coverage in the past that I needed to clarify on, which I have. And I'm glad that he wanted to engage in the conversation in the first place. I just wish that there was some growth there, but that's just it. You know, you can't really expect growth out of people like that.
Oh, Hannah, that's savage.
Fight.
Or wait, no, Tony Montana, that's savage.
What did I miss?
Chris is a boomer.
Well, yeah, true. Also, you have sex. You have sex. Yeah, I was about to say you have the sex bots now. That's how you know your channel's getting to a certain point on a live stream when you get the sex bots coming in.
Yeah, I always hit block.
Got it.
Yeah, I was about to say you just got to keep hiding them because it'll eventually.
Because funny was, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about like the worst person that I've like say my experience. So, like, would you say Quantum would be like? Kind of like how Ackman, have you had anybody you've had that kind of encounter with? Because I sure have, and that's where it comes from.
Are you talking about an encounter like where they got
almost to that degree, kind of like to that degree?
I don't think that there's been another situation like Quantum in a while. For me, in my case, it was a whole new experience dealing with somebody who is this vocal about being criticized. I did watch a lot of the content involving Susie Liu and all that stuff back in the day, so I had a baseline understanding of what kind of mindset I was dealing with.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I had a baseline understanding of like what kind of person I'd be dealing with in this kind of conversation and in this space. And Repsion and Willie and Tipster can attest to that as well. With people that refuse to understand why there's such a defense against people DMCAing videos. Like why people in commentary do that.
Even back then, before I knew that this was even an issue, because I started back in. I started a channel in 2015, but that was just to watch people that was age restricted, the streamer that was age restricted. But then I was like, let me do something. I regret the way I entered. I entered into the console war space.
Why, John? Why?
I didn't know. How bad that was. I really did not.
Roasting Nomura. Why'd you choose the
No, because this thing is, I didn't know that it was that serious at the time, especially with the the PS4 generation started, then the Xbox, and then I didn't know that it was that serious with feuding between platforms. And I thought it was a big game. That's why I was like, all right, let me take a side. This is a big game. Then I was like, no, this is serious. Let me just exit this field.
By the way, shout out to G-Bane. We're not insulting the PC. PC is fun. Building.
I play Warhammer on PC.
Yourself, and also that Steam Deck looks really good. I still
Dude,
don't know how you got
everybody fucking, dude, my entire Discord, for some reason, I don't know why, is addicted to Warhammer. I never talk about Warhammer on any of my live streams, but somehow it's leaked its way into my community, and I have no idea how it got to that point.
John,
you never played one? You never played one?
I think I played Vermintide.
Okay, there's one that will get you. This is okay. No, not just no. Well, that depends. Are you into? All right, Warhammer has done every style of gameplay.
Martyr is good. I play Martyr.
Like Inquisitor Martyr. It's like, do you like Diablo? It's a Diablo type game.
All right, so it's a Diablo type game. Then maybe I'll consider
Inquisitor Martyr. But they have
Total War, which is like a strategy game.
No. What's the other one I have? Necromunda. It's like a bounty hunter version. You're a bounty hunter in War. Like that's the Doom Eternal of Warhammer.
Okay.
Pete, where are you at?
I'm trying. Yeah, I have an expert who knows the stuff, and he's not even in here right now.
Our German.
But if you have a PC, I heard it's real cheap. I think you would like Space Marine.
Space Marine.
Play Space Marine because Space Marine 2 is coming out, and use the mod for the Blood Ravens because that's my favorite faction. It's just like they go in, they kill, all in the name of the Emperor.
Yeah.
if
Alex Jones memes. Are like big Warhammer.
I'm not surprised that Alex Jones isn't memed onto being the Emperor or some shit like at this point.
Well, the thing is like people would ask because when I got into Warhammer, I was like, I'm more of a Star Wars guy, and then Warhammer and Star Wars now are like to me, I'm like, okay, if I want some space fantasy, I'll go to Star Wars. If I want steroids on steroids, I'm going to Warhammer.
G-Bane, I haven't played High on Life. You're gonna have to.
No, I have not.
That game on the Discord I have, because I do have a Steam account, and if there's something good, I don't mind playing.
What do you think about the PS1 Spider-Man being in the new Spider-Verse movie? Good. I love that game. Who can't forget Venom's dialogue?
I was thinking Web of Shadows and the Ultimate Spider-Man Venom dialogue.
Web of Shadows needs a remaster, please God. Chris, have you played like all the Spider-Man games or just specific ones?
I think I played like the PS2 version of Spider-Man, that was Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, and then I played
the newer one, like the 2018 one?
Yeah, the 2018 one. I think those were the only ones I did.
If you go back and play the PS1 one, which was before, like literally it was a year before the Tobey one, that game is hilarious. It's like, you remember how you ever played Spider-Man 1, the original, where you couldn't hit the ground, like you had to stay in the air?
Yeah, I remember.
So like with the Green Goblin, that game.
Yeah.
It wasn't open world yet. So there was a Spider-Man game the year before that, based more on the comic books. And that shit was just straight up hysterical to play. Venom was hilarious. Yes, I've never seen Carnage this demonic in my life. And
there's a lot of games that have those moments that you look back on and go, Jesus Christ.
You know what's funny?
There's a lot of games that you look back and go, how did I play this and have such fond memories?
Well, you know what's funny? People say movie license games are garbage, but the problem is those are the games we grew up on.
Yeah, right.
Something about license. I look at licensing games like this. I always see them better than the movie.
Can we
And even
just
if the
say
game is
even
bad,
video
I
game
want to bust
movies
the
from
villains
the
at like.
90s are just like perfect click your brain off
remember.
movies?
I try to remember
just
what
enjoy.
game it was.
Dude, I still can't get over he admitted to DMCA reps. I can't get over that. I'm laughing my ass off still.
Doc
Like,
Ock with
so
it just keeps popping into my head, and I just keep laughing. Like
he's self-incriminated.
He's self-incriminated like 4 times. Oh
so
god!
If I showed this stream to my uncle, he would just basically say, "Court."
Yeah. Well, no.
Origins. Oh yeah, that was better than the fucking
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
The video game
was better than the movie.
Yes,
Yeah. I agree. I agree. It was better than the movie.
I'm looking forward to
Tony Montana wants me to ask you, or John to ask you, Chris, about installing the emulator.
Oh, I've never installed an emulator in my entire life
still
until like
too.
a week ago. Until like a week ago, I never learned how to install an emulator. Like I never even started playing with a PC or like using a PC until 7 or 8 months ago. Like really getting into them. Like I had like laptops and stuff, and I knew how like Excels worked and everything, but like Word and stuff, like baseline stuff. But now that I'm doing streaming full time and everything, I'm learning more and more how to like disassemble the computer, put it together, and emulate things.
All I got like currently, because my Xbox and my PS4 Pro stopped working, so I used them as trade-in to basically. I didn't spend a dime. It paid for my PS5. Only thing I paid for was the camera because I used it to stream and headphones. But all I got right now is a Nintendo Switch, a PS2, a PS5, and this bad boy right here still.
Yeah, that's actually on my bed right now. I was playing Emerald last night.
Oh, damn! I'm trying to hunt that down on this.
I still have like the original Pokemon Yellow. I still have Pokemon Yellow. I have all the original cartridges from like Pokemon Yellow all the way up to Y. Like I still have the original cartridges for like all the games.
Have you ever played it was a really hard GBA game. Like it used to piss me off.
The SpongeBob game?
No, for some reason I could beat those kind of games. Remember the Fairly Odd Parents, The Odd Adventures?
I do remember that. I just never fucking got through it. I maybe got like 2 levels in. I was like, fuck this game. Fuck this game.
Bionic, I mean, the Legos Bionic one drove me insane.
Oh, Lego Bionicle, yeah.
Okay, X82 wants me to ask you.
Do I remember? Monster Ock. Oh, yeah.
I don't know Monster Ock, actually.
He's from it's Carnage fused with Doc Ock.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that. Holy shit.
He's in the PS1 video game. That's saying if you play it, he's so strong in the game, you're not even supposed to fight him. It's a running away sequence.
Okay. People do. I agree, Battle. People do forget that there were good licensed movie video games. Like that's the thing is like we've been so desensitized to like shitty fucking movies and adaptations.
I mean,
that we don't remember like that back in the day. You know what I mean?
A lot.
I'm gonna pull out the king of
some of the Spider-Mans, like the older ones that were, I would say, from the PS3 generation. They all had the original script.
The king of movie licensed games, right here. The king of them.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings games, they were pretty good. And then Shadow of Mordor came out and just blew it out of the water.
I know people don't really like Shadow of War that much, but I like it for the fact that you can abuse your ring of power.
Yeah, so the only time that I ever played Shadow of War is when back in college, I used to couch surf other colleges because friends of mine like ran frats across New York. So I would just go like couch surfing from house to house to house. And I was in Stony Brook. And there was this guy playing War, and I got to play it. We got high on DMT, and I played it, and I was like, "This game is evil," and I haven't picked it up since.
Oh no! Then there's like an online system where it's solely single player, but when you build up your fortresses and your orcs, it can be challenged by other online players and your friends.
John, remember your castle got raided by a viewer like 1 year.
Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Okay, I'm not going through that nightmare again. I treated this YouTuber like a Dark Souls boss. I trained my army for 2 weeks to siege his fortress.
I can't wait for Gara and Minxie to see this shit. This is.
Yeah,
so
I wish
funny.
like if Gara would here,
Gara works ridiculous fucking hours.
Is he like by my understanding? I'm going by the way he's explained this. He's in the medical field, right?
Yes, he is in the medical field. So his time is very, very divisive.
So he would you could tell like if I explained this to him, he would get it. Like there's different versions. Like I noticed you guys had to quickly go over that stuff with Quantum, but when Quantum did that video of him jumping and dancing, I can't even do a lot of stuff with my arm right here because my shoulder and my collarbone collided with a table in a pole because I worked in a dry cleaner at the time. And ever since then, my arm, I can only use it to 75% full capacity. I have to take certain medications because you know how they send our nerves are sending signals to the brain for movement. The cells that are dead or busted, that's what causes the pain and the shaking because the impulses have nowhere to go because they're technically dead. So yeah.
Oh fucking hell!
When he did that, I was like,
There
don't have that.
Dude, there's one game that I always find myself coming back to, and it's on a constant basis. It's a fucking issue of mine. It's Destiny 2. I fucking hate my life.
Oh,
like I play with Nick Diorio and everybody, and I want to die.
All right, look, y'all can throw shots at me all you want. I play it with my cousins, and we have a grand fucking time. The Avengers game.
The Avengers game.
Look,
what crack are you smoking? That was the worst Square Enix game put out in years.
But don't you ever know that when you play something bad with friends, it's amazing?
That's my Platinum Games. That was worse.
Looks like Keemstar's news person just DM'd me. They were like, "Hey, I heard about your debate." I was like, Gino's awesome.
Even though it's gonna get cut next year, it took them this long to actually make the game something it should have been day one. Like it should have had these 4 campaigns like we have now, because they have the main campaign, a 2-part with Hawkeye and his daughter, and then Black Panther.
John.
Hey, Winter Soldier's a beast. I play as Winter Soldier.
Sorry, I'm biased because that game has to be always online. Yet they made the better version, which was Guardians of the Galaxy offline.
You streamed The Last of Us Part 2. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I got funded. I was forced that one. I'm amazed PewDiePie did that. That man's soul left his body when he.
There's no Chris. This man gave me hell during Resident Evil 5 stream on co-op.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anytime you do that, anytime that shit happens.
Guess what? That gator got you.
Oh yeah, we were making jokes here about my state of Florida. You know that you played the swamp section with the Gators, right?
Yeah. Also, I grew up in Florida, so I know.
Oh, so you know.
I know the memes. I know the memes.
So I was telling him he didn't know a lot about the Florida memes, and we were going through the swamp part where you fight the natives in that swamp region. Tell me why the gator pops its head up, but yet it swims by him and comes right to me. And he's right next to the fucking thing.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not how gators work.
Oh,
they just kill and attack anything.
No, what was worse is I just made the joke that I bet the gator's gonna come after.
Yeah, you said something and the gator just came out of
nowhere. Like remember years ago, because you grew up you're in Florida, you know. Like years ago, do you remember the little girl that got eaten by the gator that was walking her dog by one of the ravines in Boca?
I remember that. I remember the one about the little boy in Orlando.
Yeah, so the little boy in Orlando, that one was the dad not paying attention. There was another situation where this little girl, because I grew up in Boca, this little girl was walking by, you know how by like the roads and shit, there's those ravines.
Yeah,
cut underneath the roads and shit, like next to the highways.
Gated now, right?
Well, no, that was Alligator Highway. They gated Alligator Alley. They barricaded all that, but like in like Boca and Tampa and everything,
they did not have barricades.
Yeah, no, you see the photos from like the 90s and shit. They were just like covering the road, so they had to put fences up. Even though the gators can climb fences, they put a fence up. And this little girl was walking past one of the moats, and the gator fucking jumped out, grabbed her and the dog, and just dragged her in. I remember hearing about that when I was like 11.
The only reason I know about Florida is because some of my family lives in Florida and occasionally.
And he thought that the shit they say about Florida was an over-exaggeration.
It is not. It's not. It is not. The alligators are in sewers. They're in your fucking pipes.
Hey,
they'll kill you in an instant.
Someone told me, like, I still find it funny that if you go outside in your pool, there's going to be alligators sunbathing in it.
Yeah, no, like we live by a golf course, and a couple of gators were like just hanging out by our pool.
That's a common thing where they go golf courses.
Yeah, like especially like the 20-foot ones or like the 18-foot ones, they hang out in golf courses more than anything.
You remember ever seeing the image of it was a golf course? I don't know if it was in Palm. What part of Florida was this? I'm trying to remember. I think it's Pembroke Pines, I believe it was called. there's a golf course in Pembroke Pines, and this gator looked like something at a Jurassic Park. I was like, that can't be fucking real. And then the golf course in the interview says, oh yeah, that's just Big Joe. Man, Big Joe gonna call you a lawsuit once he bites somebody.
Actually, I remember my family, there was an area, like they said, there was a local gator that was just famous. It was like the thing and it had its own name. They just like, nobody paid attention, like leave it alone.
Somebody threw an alligator at a Wendy's.
Yeah, those are funny.
Through the fucking drive-through window. For one, I don't know how the hell.
What is it? Are you aware it's illegal in the Everglades to feed gators magic mushrooms? Because some hillbilly was going out there like throwing magic mushrooms in the gator's
I don't know anything
mouth.
stronger than that.
Yeah, like they were literally like throwing magic mushrooms into gators' mouths. And like the gators were getting really fucking baked, and they were going around like just being mass murderers, like times 50. So now there are signs. There are signs in the Everglades that say, "Do not feed gators magic mushrooms."
Speaking of that, are you interested in that movie called Cocaine Bear?
Obviously, I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that.
Okay,
like, it's not even unironically. I will watch that movie in its entirety because it looks like such a shitty D-rated movie, and I want to waste my time.
See, the thing is, I would actually could like. Are you a fan of kaiju films?
Yes, depending on what kaiju. So like, like Godzilla's good, and then Pacific Rim 1 was good.
How do you feel about Kong and Godzilla?
Kong and Godzilla was all right. I think shoehorning in Mechagodzilla was like kind of gay.
But
yes, Tipster was still alive.
I believe it. I think that's the only time they probably could have mentioned. I was surprised and didn't think so at first, but then when I was seeing how he was built up, I kind of like, okay, there's got to be somebody that forces them to see eye to eye. And what makes it personal is that he's got Ghidorah's brain.
Gara just joined the chat.
Oh, you did? Wait, where?
Are you serious?
Oh,
Gara, Tipster and Gara is still here.
Hey, there's no rest for the wicked. Lucifer's my favorite show, by the way. Take that, and I'm Christian. I'm sorry.
See, listen up. Don't say that out loud. You might get in trouble.
Hey, here's the thing. I want to explain something about it like this. I actually did get. The thing is, we might have in my family, we have mixed beliefs. I have two members that are part of the LGBTQ, and they're the first ones to say that it being oversat. They're the first ones to say it's oversaturated. But do I love them any less? Hell no. My freaking cousin.
Hold on. Something just came up where Hassan's. If you could pull this up on your screen, Nick DiOrio just literally tweeted that Hassan is. In response to Nadia's doxing a donor, Hassan Piker explains he would also release information about routine harassers and also racists. So Hassan goes even further to say that it would be okay to threaten to dox someone with just their first name, but later clarifies naming an anonymous person wouldn't be doxing at all. What the fuck is Hassan talking about?
Wait, who's Hassan? First of all,
Hassan Piker. You don't know who Hassan Piker is.
I'm telling you.
Hold on. Type right now on your computer. America deserved 9/11.
Well, where should I look at it?
YouTube. Just type in America deserves 9/11. You've seen this meme like 100 times.
John,
right,
how do you not know who Hassan Piker is? That's
dude,
like
I tell you, like,
what?
I'm slowly learning stuff that goes on. Like, I stuck quite literally to the video game space, and now I've finally decided to expand and take it more seriously.
Was that because you met me, and I was the guy that
dude, I could go on for hours about Hassan Piker, but I won't. I won't derail.
What was it you were talking about again?
Just look up America Deserves 9/11 or Weasley Little Liar. Like, you've definitely seen these clips of this guy. He's a Twitch streamer. He's like one of the biggest Twitch streamers.
That's like not knowing who Filthy Frank was, John.
Yeah. Hassan,
okay, hold up. His face is recognizable. It's just I've never watched anything involving him.
Yeah, you shouldn't watch anything with him because he does what Pokimane does, where he'll eat food and like just not react to the video and just let it play out and walk away. He also said that Russia would never invade Ukraine, acting like he knew what the Russian intelligence were doing and got it wrong in its entirety, and saying that Russia was right to annex Ukraine and like all this shit. It was so fucking stupid. Like, if you take your time to actually learn about Hassan Piker and you think Quantum's annoying, Hassan is one of the dumbest motherfuckers.
I like to learn everything on
YouTube. I highly recommend watching Willie Mac Show's videos on Hassan Piker.
Oh my God.
Highly recommend it because Nick DiOrio hasn't put out his fucking Hassan video yet. It's been
I know I recognize Nick DiOrio's name because I've seen a video of him or two. I wonder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strangle you, John.
What I do?
Half these people. I've mentioned them to you. Oh my God! Somebody, is it possible to break? I can't say the name. Physics, some form of physics, so I can strangle him.
No, there's no way to do that.
I've mentioned Nick DiOrio every one of them.
Here's the thing. Do you blame me for trying to at least stick in with the field I know? I'm trying to.
Yeah,
expand
no,
my
it's
life.
fine. It's fine. You don't want to do like full blown social
Yeah, no,
commentary.
no.
You
That's
don't want
fine.
to
Down Q.
Yeah, no, you can look at these in like vacuums. Like obviously because I do commentary and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
naturally going to talk about this
Chiku,
stuff when I
what's up?
see it. The thing with
Your own commentary.
let's get off the Hassan thing because I just read that and my brain exploded for like half a second. It's good that you're sticking to what you want to do. Like, don't evolve based on what numbers will do. Because like what happened with a lot of people with the quantum stuff is that they continue. Like a lot of people like get into commentary based on one specific situation because they see the numbers, but then you're never gonna recapture those numbers. You have to be like grounded on that. Like I know that my streams for quantum are going to perform better than the ones for anyone else. So like with quantum, I didn't cover him for the numbers at all. I covered him based on his shitty actions. And that's just how I do my content. But I also branched into commentary and covered other things. And I don't care that the numbers aren't there or not. And a lot of people care about the numbers.
Actually,
it's like what's okay?
I do it for fun. So
because like me, I turned it into it's like since I work like three days a week, but I work 2 other jobs in between. So I'm working mostly the 5 days out of the week. And then Saturday and Sundays when I'm doing this, I try to be like, okay, do I just keep doing video games or do I just try to dip my foot into stuff like this?
That balances
and,
you got to decide what is going to make you happy at the end of the day. For me, like what makes me happy is doing commentary. Like I've watched commentary for years. I love everything that H3 before I loved everything H3 did early in his career. Now he's a fucking degenerate blob. I loved everything iDubbbz did back in the day, but now he does squirrel videos. I took inspiration from Keemstar and Nick Diorio and Augie and all these people. And commentary is what I love. I love commentary. It doesn't matter like how toxic the community gets or how toxic the story gets. I want to cover it because I find it interesting. If you don't
people that don't know.
Yeah, and if you don't find it interesting, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, but
I grew to watch stuff like this because at first I was like, let me just, like I said, I'm sticking to even watching the video game field. But then when I started watching this stuff, I was like, this is interesting to me. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this. Like when I'm just playing my game or when I'm live streaming, I have a video of something like a kind of controversy like this playing, so
like
I can.
The Chicago one I showed you, which
one?
The Chicago video I showed you. Which
do you know about the Chicago?
I don't know about the Chicago video. No.
Oh no. Do you watch Tim Pool?
No, I do not. I only watched early on in my college, and then I watched the Kanye one. And then one of the people that were in my Discord saw that Def Noodles donated to the thing, and then he put in another donation that's like, Def Noodles, wash your ass. You should never give Kanye business advice. Like, he straight up roasted Def Noodles in a fucking live stream about Kanye. And I was like, whoa, how the fuck did you do that? Why?
I laughed because my sisters, they used to listen to Kanye, and they don't. I'm the only one of my siblings that does the whole internet thing. They don't do that stuff. They are like traditional.
Yeah, some people really don't get into that.
But the part that kills me is when I showed them that video on Kanye, they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Well, he also just said that he was autistic, and then
okay, you know what? I'm gonna, like I said, I'm exposing myself. I go to therapy for minor autism because mine is just I need to keep things straight and organized.
Yeah, which is fine.
But other than that, that's no excuse.
But yeah, he's like, I might be autistic, and everyone's like, no, you are. Like, you are. Don't you lie. You 100% are. Like, don't play this game. And then he goes on Gavin McInnes and talks about how he wants to put camera. Like, I'll let a Jewish person work for me, but if they have cameras in their apartments and stuff, and I could watch them all the time.
He reminded me of when he says things like that. You know what it reminds me of? Peter Griffin looking for the Jew lawyer.
Yeah, that's basically what he stated.
He's like, no, I love and respect him, but I can tell it's from more of a beneficial point of view. To say it nicely.
I always remember Peter Griffin beating up the guy in the chicken suit.
Yeah, that's all I remember from Family Guy. I'll be honest.
That would be, for some reason that would, I imagine Rich would be the guy. I always imagine Rich is the guy in the chicken suit. Then who would be fighting him?
True. What is it? This is a fun interview. I'm enjoying this.
Oh
It was
yeah,
basically stick to what you were passionate about, and I derailed it by saying, "Did you see that thing in Chicago? You should
he's being
DM him that
spontaneous.
video. It caused
Oh
your
yeah,
poor sister to take out her kids of school. It
because
traumatized
like I
her.
said, my family half of my family is from the old school, and half of them, the generation is now being born with the influence of media and things like that. So you can kind of tell. But like I said, it's like they always wanted to have an issue. It's like, okay, look, I don't think kids should be learning about sex toys. Let's just be real. I don't think kids should be learning that stuff. There's a time and place for everything. If you're an adult, okay. If I was a father and my daughter or son was 18, okay, look, at 18, maybe when you get to 18 or 19, I can't tell you shit, but you can still ask me questions. 21, you need to figure it out.
Right. Fair enough. It's just everyone has different ways of how they look at like parenting and teaching kids. I think teaching kids about sex ed and all that stuff is important to like start them off on. You shouldn't go too far though and like show them like sex swings and shit. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like there's certain barrier lines that you shouldn't cross. You shouldn't be talking to like a 15-year-old and say, "Hey, have you ever heard of what a sex swing is?" Like that's pushing the envelope
But
too
the
far.
teacher was asking, do you prefer, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but you know what? I don't care. Susan, I don't give a damn if I say this. He was asking, do you girls prefer lube or spit?
Okay, that's a little weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a little weird. That's borderline preference weirdo shit.
And but the journalist, he's one of the most fair journalists, I guess, in America. And the school is trying to say, oh, he's performing defamation based on homophobia or something. So I'm like, why can't we just criticize people of all things? You know, you could be religious. Like one of my other co-hosts, he's not here right now. My second co-host, he's atheist and he don't care, and we talk shit about each other all the time.
Yeah, it's fine. You can have differencing of opinions. You can have non-religion versus religion. It's totally fine. Like you don't have to be an asshole. Like an example is like, I'm not calling out Logan Paul for this because it's kind of stupid because I do it with my friends all the time. But like when you're arguing with a friend who is religious, you shouldn't devalue their beliefs. You could say, yeah, like the church is this and religion is that, but you shouldn't like devalue his belief. And like how Logan handled it recently is completely different than how you should actually.
How Logan is now on WWE doesn't make sense.
Well, no, Logan's an entertainer. It makes sense.
I know they're back on the. I thought we'd gotten rid of them for a while.
No, the Pauls are stronger than ever, in my opinion. I think Logan.
Died out.
I think Logan had a lot more growth, but now he's stumbling back because CoffeeZilla. Because CoffeeZilla found out a lot of shit recently about some of the crypto shit.
I remember Forest.
Yeah, no, the Forest. This is the thing. If we continuously hold someone up to the standard of that and not allow them to change, you can still bring that up and be like, do you remember that? But you can't like hold it against them.
Hold it against whoever is just petty. I'm just like, I find it stupid. I think it was Cabos' video coverage of that got taken down recently.
YouTube took it down for self-harm or something like that. They like took the video down in its entirety.
Up there?
Well, he was the one that originally broke it to the commentary community that Logan even did that in the first place. So like his video was an archival masterpiece of such a wild time in YouTube history and I think it was like a second adpocalypse after PewDiePie's PUBG incident.
I've heard about an adpocalypse, but I guess since I probably was, I wasn't on YouTube. I was still in high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't on YouTube, but I know of the adpocalypse.
Yeah, the adpocalypse has caused a lot of issues for a lot of creators for years.
It's like the way we hear it, it's like every person we listen to says it's like they describe it as a fell omen.
No, it is a fell omen because
John.
That's the thing that commentary channels want to avoid. That's why when people talk about other creators and everything and they criticize them, it's because they don't want YouTube to step in. Like at the end of the day, I never want YouTube to actually step in and handle anything because they fuck it up all the time. It's better to call out the person until they stop doing their actions, or if they all in all give up. Like I hate to say it, like some people, like let's say like Maximilian Musk didn't deserve to continue his platform because he was sending CP to people in Discords and shit. So people like that getting called out like really hard and them giving up the internet because of
Yeah, that actually
really
was crazy.
bad
That
actions.
happened to my
Yeah.
Discord with somebody who I had beef with. They got into my Discord with them, and
Mhm.
I don't know if it was bots, but the way it was, it's like
there are certain bots that can be coded to post that kind of shit.
Okay, because I went to sleep. I went to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night, like around 3, 4 in the morning, and then I'm like, all I see is messages from him, from Keo over here saying, "Yo, John, your Discord." I'm like, what the fuck about what? And I checked it, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think that was beat. I was sleeping.
I was lucky everybody was up, or at least somebody was up to wake me up, and then everybody had to get up, and we had to keep clearing that shit.
Yeah, Discord raids are a problem. That's why during the initial Quantum TV drama in the first place, when we found out that some of the mods were trying to come into my Discord and stuff, like Handycar Mexican and a handful of others.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like one.
Really?
There's a bunch of his mods that I know by name.
They got weird ass names. I noticed.
Well, I had to memorize a lot of them, but recently, apparently, Handycart's gotten better. Anonymous broke off with Quantum and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm not bad mouthing them currently.
By the way, we're not trying to go back to Quantum. We're just
we even took back because we even said things about how he defended, but we can tell that he was defending him from a blind point of view, and he can't be held. We're not going to.
No, I'm not holding any of them accountable to today's standards. But in the past, we did have to worry about the concept of like Discord raids by like the Quantum TV people, which ironically enough, me and Gara did the investigation on the Discord and the leaks and everything like that. So I understand where they were coming from, but you have to be careful with Discord. Apparently, especially nowadays, like because there are bots specifically designed to like send CP and do raids.
That's why we. And do all that I don't know if this is smart, but we have. Okay, this is how we decided to handle Discord. After our original ones were having this problem, we were like, let's make one solely for the community, one for our private us. The close members. We speak on our own thing away from that, and it's almost like as long as that person can't find our main server where we decide what videos to do, things we discuss, stuff that is no one's business. You don't want people like, let's say they got in your Discord and you're like, okay, I'm just planning to make this video. You're gonna announce this is what I'm working on, and then you got somebody leaking that out there, like telling them what you're doing.
Yeah, I get you. Jesus, man, like
it's a lot.
There's so much to worry about on the internet.
Yeah, but it's funny is how it drives people crazy, but yet we tolerate it more than we'll tolerate a real job.
Yeah. We'll tolerate a lot of things that go on the internet because it's supposed to be the Wild West. It's always supposed to be that. It's supposed to be free. It's supposed to be a shit show. Like that's what I grew up on, and that's what I refuse to have an internet that's anything less.
Like that's how I keep my style on my channel. Like the way my videos, they feel like a modern version of old school YouTube, and that I like watching old school YouTube gaming and all that. So I was like, let me
speaking of which, since you're a game review channel and you're gaming commentary, out of everybody that you watched in the past, who do you think had the biggest downfall? For me, it's Boogie.
Oh,
this one guy, like I still watch him, but I only watch him for his parodies because I feel he's gone a little too off the edge. Is Angry Joe.
What do you feel about the McJuggernuggets thing where he was like, I'm rich, I listen to McJuggernuggets, he got me millions of hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in crypto, and then lost it all.
Boogie talking to McJuggernuggets? Oh, okay.
So the Keemstar show like broke the story at the time. It was McJuggernuggets was getting caught for being transphobic towards his friend who transitioned, and they came on the show, and we found out that McJuggernuggets like gave Boogie advice on like crypto, and McJuggernuggets did this and that, and like Boogie listened to a lot of it because he was a friend of McJuggernuggets, and Boogie really has gone through, I think, one of the biggest downfalls.
Is it worse than Mundane Matt?
I think it's worse than Monday Matt. Yeah, I think it's worse than Monday Matt. I think his fall is worse than Monday Matt, but not as bad as DSP's.
Ooh. Oh god, DSP's is on a whole other.
Is legendary.
It was funny is I didn't know about him in the early days either, but then when people told me about it, I was like, yeah, I can see why.
Could you believe that DSP was in the running to be one of the biggest YouTube channels on the platform next to PewDiePie back in the day?
Yep, I remember that.
With the way it appears how he runs things, how?
Well, the YouTube back in the day, like not a lot of people were on there. So like having 100,000 subscribers was akin to having like 1 million subscribers nowadays. So DSP and PewDiePie were like locked in a war of like getting close to each other at multiple endpoints during the early days of YouTube. But then after that, PewDiePie exploded and fucking left his ass behind. And DSP has not, he's still DSP. Like he's still who he is, man. He hasn't changed in like a decade and a half. It's so funny to me.
Like, actually, have you ever heard of these people? I know you says you're in commentary. These people committed. Would these people be considered commentary? Have you heard of the fandom menace?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's another line. That's like if we were dealing with the people we did like DSP, Quantum, and all that. If we would deal with them, but in movie comic book format type stuff.
There are so commentary is a very broad umbrella, so it can be interpreted in multiple different ways. There's different ways of doing commentary. There's different forms of commentary because you could be critical on movies, you can be critical on games. Technically, that's a form of commentary if you're doing critical reviews of things.
Wait, hold on, Chris.
Yeah.
Could you please explain the umbrella that broadens commentary? Because I was just told the other day that some of my streams are considered commentary. So please explain how that goes.
It's broad into anything. So if you're doing any form of like critical deep dive investigations on things, or if you're being critical and voicing your opinion, that could be considered commentary. At any point, if you're voicing your opinion, it's commentary. Literally all of the internet is voicing opinions. So technically you could say everything is commentary.
Yeah.
Like, and when people say, oh, there's specific people that do like commentary related content. Yeah. For like, let's say like bad actors and stuff like that. Like what Augie does or Nick does or Boblax or Keemstar or myself or Tipster or Repsion, like all of those guys fall under the umbrella of commentary. But the gaming community people, they'll never say that. They'll be like, we're just gaming commentary. Like we're gaming critics. There's a little bit of a different. So like Rich is considered like an example, like Battle Puppet just said, Rich is considered commentary, for example, even though he does most tech stuff. Rich is one of the original progenitors of the commentary community outside of Keemstar. Rich used to cover drama all the time back in the day. You can ask Willie Mack's show. Like Rich has been doing that for years.
Like Phil DeFranco, another one is basically
technically he's commentary. Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying he's like as long as it's been around. Phil DeFranco's been around for a while.
There's a lot to put under the veil and umbrella of what is considered commentary. A lot.
Okay.
Any video expressing your opinions on another person or a product is technically commentary because you're putting your opinion out there. It's not just gameplay. It's not just gameplay. You're not just playing the game like Dr. Disrespect or something. Like you are putting your opinion out there.
Oh no! Does that mean me liking Dr. Pepper and always throwing Dr. Pepper on my streams and all the way that say?
Are you endorsing Dr. Pepper? The drink?
No,
you're endorsing Dr. Pepper. That makes you a commentary channel for Dr. Pepper.
For Dr. Pepper. That is my favorite drink. I will die on a hill.
Yeah, because it's like when me and Keel were always thinking like, what can we do? Because we do very similar stuff, but it depends. Like everybody does stuff that's very similar. It just depends how you go about it and how you do it. That makes it feel like, okay, this person might have said so-and-so about this person, but what's this person's perspective? The perspective is always different, and how the person presents something is always different too.
For example, John, you like to cover topics like this or branch out in this, but you also stay a lot in gaming.
I got more gaming playlists than I do.
I like to do stuff like this.
Yeah, which is fine.
That it's like a mixture.
And I started off with Star Wars gaming mainly.
It's more fun this way when you mix your content up, like you do gaming and then do this.
It leaves unpredictability rather than something being stagnant.
You never stick to one format, and you don't ever stick to one subject. Like there's times I'll call you, I'm like, dude, you covered that 2 days ago. Stop it. Stop it.
I know you got to reprimand my.
Well, that's the thing is that you get caught in a loop of creating the same kind of content. So like an example for me, wait, what? Update on Sky Does Minecraft. Okay, something else just happened about Sky Does Minecraft. Damn, there's a lot of shit happening today.
What the heck? I mean,
Twitch is hard to almost do something different, because it's like predominantly streaming. I don't know. Can you even upload videos to Twitch?
No, you can't upload videos to Twitch, so it's a live stream platform, obviously.
Okay, so it's just strictly
so it's strictly live streaming, but there's different forms of live stream content, like IRL streaming. You have commentary, just chatting live streams. You have gaming live streams, you have art live streams, you have hot tub live streams. So like,
oh Lord, I know about those.
Yeah, everyone does.
Poseidon and Rice Gum.
Well, yeah,
IRL stream stuff.
Yeah, I what is it? I would love to talk to Ice Poseidon about the money that he scammed everyone out of.
Wow, those were big. Like he went to a funeral one day.
Okay, that's a thing that's curious. Like, all these people suddenly get exposed when they scam. Like, how do people even get that information? It's like, I've wondered. Like, people figure stuff out unless it gets put out by the person.
It's pretty obvious in regard to like blockchain information. All of it's trackable. So like CoffeeZilla and all of them could track it through the blockchain of like who took out the money from the pod and removed it and
It's like a
devalued the
telephone
coin
game,
and
but
sold on
reversed.
time. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to know all that stuff. But in the context of like, let's say like let's not use quantum as an example. Let's use
Monday
let's
Matt.
use let's use Onision as an example.
Okay.
Like a lot of people didn't know about the Onision stuff until one of the victims came forward, and then next thing you know, people just started coming out in waves.
The woodwork.
And people did investigations on Onision, like Repsion and a lot of other commentary channels. They collected information that was leaked to them, or they did on their own investigative terms. I'm not going to say how a lot of that stuff happens. It's not illegal, obviously, but there's ways to do it. There's ways to find information that is incredibly readily available for everybody.
You would be amazed, John, what's available in the public sphere. Like I told everyone, I said, do you know the earliest?
That makes me wonder how the trolls always got to like that one the troll we always had was doxing my information. It was funny. I got a funny story about that because you're gonna be like,
John, I've got.
All right, so I'm gonna be upfront with you about something I'm gonna teach you guys. Okay. Never, ever bring up that somebody's doxed you or trolled you or anything, because that means that you are accessible and they are going to use that to their advantage to continue the harassment against you.
Okay, so, we do it thinking we're just giving our, let's say if our audience is wondering what we're talking about, the only time we bring it up is like we want to bring people up to speed. We don't try to.
You shouldn't. To be honest, you shouldn't put a spotlight on it. So like an example. Yeah, I'm not going to bring up my case in particular, but like when people get doxxed, you never want to put a spotlight on the person, even if it's just in passing, right? Like you don't even name them, because that person is going to feel emboldened to do it. The best thing to do is to contact the police, say, hey, like my information got put on the internet, somebody's harassing me. They'll put you on a white list and they'll leave you alone from there. And then if you don't bring it up ever again, you're less likely to be doxxed in the future.
Yeah, we handled that part months ago with the
but that's what I learned from all my time watching people like who've been doxxed. It's like you just don't bring any sort of attention to it.
I was going to point out, the earliest form of doxing to find that back in the Wild West days, early YouTube, and my mother beat me with this too, and I'm pretty sure every guy who's over 20, mom used to system, the telephone book, the yellow pages. Whose mom got the yellow page book out? Do I need to beat you with this?
Yeah, my mom.
The yellow pages. You could look up anything in the yellow pages, and that's basically how somebody would find you.
It's funny. Your form of beatdown was with a slipper. Mine was almost like, okay, this is about to turn into a battle of honor.
Yeah, no. That's the thing about Latin American moms. They're fucking dangerous, man.
I think I might be the first person who's able to, because my mom every Spanish mother pulls that trick with the slipper, trying to throw like a boomerang to dodge it, like to hit it.
See, my mom didn't use the slipper. She used like the old school switch shit from like the South. Like it's like go get a stick outside. Yeah, that was back in the day, dude. That was like the late 90s.
Let me tell you one thing. I remember one time, it's son, I need you to go get a stick to use on you. And he goes like, oh, here's the big one. It won't hurt that bad. He's like, no, go back out there and enter. That won't hurt.
Yeah, get the smaller one. Get the thinner one.
He never
my mom never tried to that discipline me because she was just like, she got that from a very young age. I had some issues. My sisters didn't understand it. So they just thought, oh, I was being a little dickhead.
Right.
So when they were trying to whip me, but let's just say it, I guess in the minds of an autistic 11 I stopped getting my ass beat by 12 years old when I finally struck my sister really fucking hard. From the age of 7 to let's say about 12 years old, I looked at them like they were like, what is it? Lord of the Rings had just came at the time when I was little. I saw my sister as a big ass fucking trolls.
Jesus.
I was like, I am whooping your ass. Or at least I used to hide. Like you've been to an apartment, have you been to those real big apartments in Brooklyn, New York, or any chance like that?
Yeah, my whole family grew up in the Bronx and Brooklyn, and when we would
so
we would go there.
This building, they used to have this building over in, it's still there. It's like the apartment complex near Bed-Stuy or some shit like that, or Fulton. I'm trying to remember where it was exactly. The hallway was this thin. So when I wanted to avoid my sisters, because that hallway was really dark and you can't turn the light on until you get to the other end of it, they were like, where the fuck is he at so we can get him? I'm up on the wall like Spider-Man, like.
Hey, John, do I have to mention they're there?
Huh?
Do I have to mention the Michael Jackson song, Thriller?
And then guess what? You remember those? You remember those Walmart brand medieval sword toys that you would buy?
Yeah.
Hard plastic. They learned the hard way. Never scare me in the dark. Somebody, I think it was my dad. Yeah, my dad. He had a green mask, like a demonic mask, and it just came out of the dark. All I know is my dad everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And my dad fell over because I took the sword thing and I just went.
What is it? You ever go to medieval times as a kid?
I went to like Renaissance festivals.
Yeah. So like at medieval times, they used to sell the wooden swords and shit.
Well, we had the plastic one, like the real hard.
Yeah,
plastic.
no, we had the wooden swords, like the actual like hardcore wooden swords. Let me see here. But how I would get in trouble with that shit is my mom would come in and go, "All right, where's the wooden sword?" Like that was those things are thick too. They're like this thick around. Like this thick around. Like they aren't like tiny little motherfuckers.
And we've upgraded from wood to steel.
Holy shit, that's real.
It is real.
Yes, sir.
You destroyed your.
I assume it's not sharpened, right?
No, it's been dulled after a while.
After Youth on Crackheads.
No, I hate that last job. Okay, I hate that last job. Do not remind me, please, God. We had crackheads come in and out, and tell me why a customer gave me this as a gift
to protect you from the crackheads.
Exactly. He just said, "Take this," and a crackhead followed me on one, and I chased him off. He almost died. And that same one, it's kind of sad. We had a little something's been going on in my neighborhood where.
Wait, you had exorcism pools in your neighborhood?
I'm not talking about that. I mean, I'm not talking about that. I mean, October was a son of a bitch over here. Because we have a hotel across the street. And you could tell it looks like one of those hotels from, what was that movie where those people were held hostage in a hotel by those people with the white masks?
White masks. I know Hotel Rwanda. That's different.
Strangers? Or was
Stranger?
that,
I think it's Strangers. Yeah, like the masks were all white. They were black right here, but they had the white lines. They all looked like a female version. It was a male. The lady was on the swing.
Or was that
It's not the Purge. The Purge had glowing in the dark masks.
Oh yeah, you got trolled at that last job on Halloween with Purge masks.
Man, But like what happened across the street, we didn't know if the lady was either having an exorcism or she just had an overdose on drugs. They had the police and a pastor out there.
Damn.
And I was like, at the time, like, cause my closet back there is like a little room. So at the time, that was my station in there. And my sister kept coming out saying, "Yo, Mom, John, the little lady out there." I'm like, wait, what? They had to handcuff her to the gate. Chris, this lady was super drugs because she tore the fucking thing down. I don't know. What was she on? Like, that is not cocaine.
Crack is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, crack is definitely a hell of a drug. Like my aunt works for what's the word I'm looking for? My aunt works for the Yonkers PD, and she used to send me shit like all the time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say one of those detox facilities. Those things are
no. She never worked at a detox facility. She worked at she works as a police officer in Yonkers, and like holy shit, she used to tell me shit like all the time.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that like okay for them to? Because my uncle I used to wonder, like, how can he tell me all this stuff if he works in the law field?
Oh, my dad works.
Is that okay?
They're kind of allowed to talk about some parts of it. Like there's certain things that she told me that I am definitely not allowed to repeat.
Not to say, yeah.
But like 100%, there's things that they could say, talk about. They could do that.
Like when I needed to learn the law, because I'm like I said, like I might not be a dad, but I will be damned if some old 30-year-old dude's gonna be talking to my nieces and nephews.
You okay, right. Chris? You're looking at your computer like crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm
probably got a dual monitor setup like I do.
Yeah, dude, I'm doing dual monitor setup. I'm making. Yeah. While I'm doing this, I'm also like, so this is the thing of like how I do content. I can multitask on a lot of shit, right? So like I could have a conversation with people, I could do a podcast, but I could also do research, and I can also pull up thumbnails and do those things. So like the hard thing that I've learned when it comes to making content is that you have to learn how to multitask, especially when you're being a guest on someone's channel and everything. You don't want to be a dick and just sit in silence. So I've learned how to kind of like do everything at once, at least to the best of my ability. An example, like I learned it mostly from the Keemstar show, like how to have a conversation and hit buttons and shit, even though people in the comments still say Chris can't hit buttons for shit.
It's hard to multitask. I've done that for John before on stream. We did those long ones. I'm like, dude, hold on. I walk away for 10 seconds. Something's happened. I'm like,
yeah, something always happens. You see, it's funny. Stuff happens that's like, does it ever happen to you when you want to take a break off the web? And that's when all the juicy shit happens.
No, I meant on live streams, John. When you're doing something.
Oh yeah, live streams in general. But I was asking, like, in general, because like, have you ever had that happen? You go away and then the shit just hits the fan, and you're like, why was I not there to cover this?
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing that I always have to worry about now. Like after leaving the Keemstar show and everything, that was my full-time job. So I quit my full-time job to work on for Keem full-time, right? So what I did is I changed a few things around with my life where, you know, once I quit officially, I have a couple of backups, like there's jobs and stuff that, you know, will hire me if I do it. And that's fine, right? That's fine. I could do that. Or I can put all the things I learned from the show, all the things I learned for the past few months of streaming and putting content together and fucking grind it out and see what happens. And like to do that, you have to have that kind of mindset where you can go on shows like these, where you can put together stories, where you can organize people. And like, I'm not saying I'm good at it at all. I'm dog shit.
We're all rusty because we're still really learning.
We're still early. Like you, Chris, or anybody in general doing something like this, it's like you're trying to do like a million things at once.
Yeah, it's realistically something that comes with time. Like for me, like I used to do archaeology. I used to do anthropology research. That's what I did: archaeology, anthropology, and physical anthropology and evolutionary sciences. So like I had to learn how to not only multitask by doing like dig sites and stuff and collecting evidence, making sure all that's there. I also had to do research properly. And like that to me is what I find fascinating. So that's why I ended up in commentary.
What's funny is ever since even before when I went to like middle school and high school, you would think a kid don't give a damn about history. What kind of mom pops a 6-year-old in front of the mummy, and then I'm in history class years later, like,
that's not how the mummy worked.
Yeah, but I was saying, like, it did it to me for some reason, because, you know, when you're little and you're impressionable, you think that son of a bitch is real.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like, my mom at the age of 6 put me in front of Alien for the first time. Like, and she was like, this is my favorite movie, and it scarred me for life. But now I love the Alien franchise.
I got scarred for life with fucking, what was that movie? But I can watch it now.
I can't watch it because you know, it scarred me for life, and I have a giant phobia of them to this day. Spiders, arachnophobia. When you're like 3,
I thought you were going to say 8-legged freaks.
No. That scarred me for life, because I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember, but HBO would show you live movies that were just come out of theaters on a weekend, free HBO weekends.
Oh yeah,
you had that, and you got to see all the good movies for like one weekend. So yeah. Well,
have you ever seen what was this movie, Chris? Have you ever seen this movie called Jerusalem? It's a found footage horror movie. It's on you ever watch Tubi?
No, I didn't.
Tubi is the place to go if you want to watch
a B movie central. It's like B movie central. All you gotta do is create an account and you can watch anything you want that's B movie related.
Really?
You don't pay for shit. And I showed him. And this is what, like, Keo never trusted me telling him to watch movies until it took him a few months. I told him to watch a movie called Corona Zombies, which is
I want to strangle you for that. The
movie was blaming Trump for coronavirus creating zombies.
I don't know. Okay. You all want to say how you get away with, like, stolen footage? That movie is the definition, the poster child of stolen footage. Like, you took like 8 different horror movies, spliced them into like one giant thing, and yet somehow dubbed over them with weird things. It was just like,
well, yeah, isn't that just how it works, though?
It was weird, but it was at the same time when I wanted to just gorge my eyes out.
Yeah, I was about to say there's certain moments where you sit back and there's a movie playing and you're like, holy shit. Wait, what is today? Today's Saturday?
Yeah.
Bro, dude, I have no idea what fucking day it is.
Oh, God.
That's how, dude, I did a 24-hour live stream, and that's how you know I don't know what fucking day it is.
Well, I've had to go to like a week's worth of Christmas parties, and I hate Christmas season. And Christmas season, I'm like the Grinch. Burning a Christmas tree would be joy to me.
Oh yeah, but you also hate cats, and we
Shut
get
up.
we
I
get
have to go see
called.
I don't want to see that cat. I don't want to think of that cat.
You
That
and I
cat
get
is
called
devil.
heathens because we disapprove of pineapple on pizza.
Well, pineapple on pizza is fucking disgusting, and if you like pineapple on pizza, you're a fucking degenerate.
Degenerate.
No,
Degenerate.
no. Let me finish. You have to be locked away, and your fucking parents need to like disavow you and everything you ever stood for. Like you are worse than people that believe that China is like a free country. Like you're an idiot. I hate
You know
you.
what's funny? I got
Anyone
tricked.
that fucking puts pineapple on pizza needs to be castrated to not be allowed to have children again.
I got tricked
I agree with
into
you
eating
fully.
pineapple on pizza because one, I was stoned, and my cousin was like, I was a little tired, so my vision was already blurry. In
How
my
old were
blurred
you?
vision, it looked like chicken pieces.
How old were you? We'll forgive you if you were too young to remember.
Dude, I've been smoking for a couple years
Oh,
already. I
God
could be
damn
on
it.
I was high when I ate, and then when I tasted it, I was like, "Why is this pizza sweet?"
Yeah, no, it's yeah. There's moments where you sit back and go, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
JC's like still alive. Way to go, y'all. Actually,
What did you think
probably
about?
was
I actually
still
wanted
alive.
to. What did you think about the awards recently? The game awards. Did you watch it?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it. I was working on my last ever Keemstar show with Edwin Generation, Salvo, and Keem, so I wasn't able to watch it. All I knew is that at the end when Elden Ring was nominated Game
Rabbi
of the
Bill
Year.
Clinton.
Yeah, that's all I knew about the Rabbi Bill Clinton thing. I was like, what the fuck?
That we didn't even know what that was either. We were like baffled.
Apparently, he was just like he's just like a comedian, like a troll or some shit.
Yeah, like I thought because I saw Rich's video on him, but I was like,
Snuck up on
Rich, he's
stage
still a
somehow.
kid. You're being a little too hard,
I
brother.
have never seen man. Those developers look like they wanted to use that award as a weapon against that kid proceeding on there. Did you see that guy who told him the trophy's face? He's like he's just restraining himself from using
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah, to be honest, like imagine you have like some fucking troll that jumps up on stage and says that I'd like to thank my reformed Rabbi Bill Clinton.
But
Like,
do you ever notice that it's every year at the Game Awards? There's always something. You know what's funny? I think they wanted to top the Will Smith thing. Because you notice how I think the Game Awards and the actual Emmys or whatever the fuck they're called might be in competition with each other. Because why is it ever for the past few years there's always been something controversial the night of any of that? Like at the
Because they
last
wanna be
moment.
relevant. So what's the way to stay?
That's
relevant?
one of it. Yeah, that's true. That's one way. But I'm thinking it's like,
Nobody
is this just
watched it. So you're
coincidence?
gonna go watch the highlights.
It can't be a coincidence though. This shit is
mean,
always
Let's
happening.
admit this. Nobody watched. Okay, okay. Don't kill me, chat, or you and Chris. Not a lot of people watch the Super Bowl for the game. We all watch it for the commercials.
yeah.
The only commercial I cared about was Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Hey, I watched the Super Bowl for the commercials and to win money. When
Win
betting
money?
against friends.
I don't understand. See, I've never been a sports fan, but the only time I've ever played anything sports related, like I don't like sports, but yet I'm good at the PS2 game NBA Street Volume 1
Oh,
through
you're an
3,
American.
and I'm good at the wrestling games and the UFC games. But yeah, I don't like sports. Don't make sense.
Yeah, well, some people just like the games. They don't like to watch the actual thing.
I play
all up to how you wanna
WWE.
do it.
And it's funny, I like the WWE spin-offs more than I like the real games. Like I like the realistic ones, but I'm not fond of it. I like the ones that make them look like they're jacked up on roids. I mean, no pun intended, they probably are.
TV
But-
Battlegrounds.
Oh yeah, Battlegrounds is like there's a WWE game.
That is Toy Story Disturbed level.
Imagine if they made a video game, Chris, that if the WWE action figures fought each other.
Oh, ew.
No, but here's the thing is you can do their power, like their special moves are like super it's like Mario Kart because they throw in items like iron, like you could look like metal. It's funny, it's hilarious to play.
If you're in Florida, you can throw someone to a gator.
Yeah, there's a Florida level where you could throw someone into an alligator. The alligator is in the stage, literally eating popcorn. You throw him his way, he bites you, throws you around, and throws you right back into the ring.
That sounds kind of sick, though. Not gonna lie.
I'm looking forward to the I used to play the original SmackDown versus Raw when it was actually insane.
The game is hilarious, Battle Puppet, because when you go get a new wrestler, they're in these little toy boxes and they're trying to beat themselves out. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you have to literally get them out of a toy box just for them to be playable as a fighter.
It's like
Jesus.
something disturbed from a Pixar movie.
Yeah, right.
Because you were like, you hate, you said it reminds me of porcelain dolls in a box.
I hate porcelain dolls.
You can't tell this man shit about porcelain dolls. He hates them.
Yeah, me too, man.
So you can't sit through Annabelle and Dead Silence?
No, yeah, no, I can't even watch fucking Chucky, dude.
What?
Oh,
Acceptable to
really?
me.
Can't even do it. Can't even do Can't even do it. Can't even do it.
How do you go to a pawn shop? What do you do when you see the life-size Chucky dolls?
I walk the fuck out. Easy answer. Easy fucking answer, dude.
Then I gotta go. I got it up here on the shelf. I want to see. Have you ever played this one? How big were you? Like when you started playing games? Would you start off with like PS2 and 64?
I started off with a PS2. First game was Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, so I'm not the only one whose first game was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, don't tell that man nothing about Kingdom Hearts. He will.
Well, to be honest, they ruined the fucking franchise like in the worst ways possible.
Number 3. Better killed it.
Yeah, like no, Return of the King was my first PS2 game. I couldn't get off that shit.
How's Helm's Deep go on Two Towers?
Kiss my ass. Do you know about the reputation about that game, Chris? About the Two Towers?
No, I do not actually.
Okay. If you either emulate the game or play it on your own, like if you have the original platform to play it on and pick up the game for like $5-10 on disc, the game makes you feel like a powerhouse until you get to Helm's Deep. And then the game just fucks you.
Jesus.
You have to not only defend the wall, kick the ladders off by yourself. So you're holding off, like in the cuts back when when movie games would use the cutscenes from the movie, they would transition into the video game.
Yeah.
What happened to all those people that was just on the wall in the clip? I'm by myself.
Hey,
and then when they breach the wall, it's you versus an entire fucking army and a ballista.
Oh, that just sounds like a massive difficulty spike, like right off the
bat.
It's like that thing on crazy mode on that.
Because you gotta get the. No, you don't unlock it. You beat the game with you unlock it. It feels good to go back and play with the cheat codes, because then you can say fuck everybody.
Well, yeah, the cheat codes just make it easier, right?
Yeah.
No, the only thing that you needed was actually infinite arrows, because imagine you remember that spot in the movie when they broke through the wall and there was like that big little courtyard where the elves got into a fight with them when they broke through.
Yeah.
So imagine they took that, narrowed it down to this space. The wall's right here. There's a door you got to defend with a health bar. The enemies don't even stop to fight you. They go straight for the door to break it.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like fun.
That's where you need 2 players. I mean, Return of the King gave you 2 players, but Return of the King ain't even that hard.
Yeah, it's still... Holy shit, that sounds like an awful
I remember
time.
when I used to play games for the first time online back on PS2. Did you ever get a chance to do that? Like, did you ever have a PS2 hooked up to the LAN cable?
No, I never got to play PS2 online. I wasn't allowed to do online games until I got the Xbox.
I have they had like one of the early Resident Evil games. Man, I used to have fond memories in middle school of shit happening. And back then you communicate with everybody. Everybody is on speakerphone on link.
Jesus Christ.
That's how you talk to everybody.
Yeesh. That doesn't sound like fun.
Hey, but it worked. Everybody would yell at each other. And my mom was like, you're going to need to lower your voice. I was like, well, it's Saturday. You're still up.
I just had to walk out for like 2 seconds. What the heck?
Yeah.
No, we were just still talking.
Yeah, Battle Puppets. Yeah, that game has a massive difficulty spike. I mean, if you play Shadow of War on Gravewalker mode, that's difficulty spike the game.
Right.
And I've tortured myself in attempting to do it.
Definitely, I can see that. I get definitely from the way that you sound frustrated by it.
Man, I made a classic review on it.
You took it down.
What do you mean? No, they didn't.
Do you remember the first Two Towers one?
That was the first one, but I redid it.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, they took it. It was funny. I also got false DMCA'd by Rooster Teeth.
Oh, that's always fun when that happens.
And YouTube side, and they said that you just have to without even me appealing it, YouTube just took it down immediately.
Yeah, that's how they know that it was a false one, right off the bat.
Because it's we were reacting to the death battle. It was Trunks versus Silver, the Hedgehog.
Oof.
So they let us talk about the Trunks part, but once we got to Silver, instant cut. We were like, wait, what just happened? Because I'm looking at my second. I'm like, where'd the stream just go?
I was doing that too because I was managing.
And we were still talking, thinking the stream was going.
Yeah, that's rough when it happens when you get a DMCA strike on a live stream on YouTube. Is that
they didn't restrict me. Like I didn't get the whole.
You didn't get the whole rigmarole of you got a strike on your channel. You had to fight for multiple days. You just appeared.
I couldn't stream or anything like that. I didn't lose that ability. It's just I decided to let me just stay off until it was went through.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, come on. What if one of these third parties? Because the only reason I stream to YouTube because it's their place. Your console can just link to the streaming service, so it makes it easy for me to just click and start going.
Right.
And then I do this on the computer with the dual monitor.
Right.
Yeah, basically I'll stream.
I'm dual monitoring
Yeah.
right now.
So they don't even give you a notification that they take it down. They just
do it. Yeah, no, YouTube just once they receive any sort, so that's like their what's the word I'll give it? That's them doing their safe harbor protocols. That's why YouTube exists, is because the minute that there's a violation of any form of copyright, YouTube has to take it down. Even without investigation initially, they have to take it down per their safe guideline rules. Now, this is what I actually got this pulled up right here, but if I think with 3 people, it'll make it lag, so I'm just going to describe to you. I pulled up my creator studio, and this is what's weird. For the past few videos I did, everything in my video is I've never had this thing called copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Where it says copyright claim, like on restriction, but it still says it's public. Oh, so you got hit with a claim, not a strike. So the claim is going to either share the ad revenue or take the ad revenue from you, depending on if it was like a parody song or something like that. That's the thing. There's nothing in it. And people, Keo went through it. Some people think there's nothing in there. I made my own intro. I shot, like, for example, God of War has one, but it doesn't say it's from God of War, and there's no music claim, nothing. There might be it might be Sony's like third party to claim some of the money from anything that you make on the video. I don't know. Okay. Because the Avengers,
Nintendo.
Huh? The Avengers one has one. My Gotham Knights video has one. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It might be a third party that's hitting you. I don't know. Like a bot or something. Could it be a bot too? Possibly. Potentially, it could be a bot. So I would just appeal all those and see what happens.
All right. Oh, wait, the watch hours thing. We ask you about watch hours?
Yeah, that's the thing. We never got a chance to talk about the watch hours. I had that when I first started.
No, like YouTube just like randomly robbing you of like 100 watch hours.
So like they do the same thing. They purge subs all the time. So like I hit like 4,150 like 2 days ago, and then YouTube did a purge where I lost like 10 subs. It wasn't people unsubscribing because it doesn't show on your tracker like people that left your video. It's just YouTube doing a purge. I don't know about the watch hours. A larger creator would probably know a lot more than I do.
To that question.
Yeah. Like when I first started, I had watch hours taken away from me on a few of the videos, and I complained to YouTube, and they were like,
"Dude, I
tried to tweet them too, but it was ironic because we did the math of we did the watch time hours math with the videos, and it was always with the quantum ones, and it was ironic that it was only those ones that we lost the watch time hours."
Right. Yeah, a lot of people were asking about that. I think you asked that in my Twitch chat one time. Yeah, one time, and then I was like, we didn't like. You said you didn't even know that, so I figured maybe you probably figured something out. No, I didn't look into that more in depth. All I know is that how YouTube handled the quantum thing was very unique. It was fickle. It was a very unique situation
to a degree, but. I was gonna ask, since if you still do look into things, maybe you should just find out and let us know.
Maybe
it's the person you cover, if it's like a hot topic at the time, they doesn't want you to do it, and you get a bunch of hours from it. If they randomly take it because you.
I don't know if they just randomly take watch hours. It doesn't make sense to take that away. Maybe the YouTube determined that there was a bunch of watch hours on accident at one point, and then they corrected it, and you guys actually had lower watch hours than you initially expected. Yeah, that may be what happened, but I don't know.
Well, the analytic bar is weird. Like it'll go like this on mine. Then like this, then like this, then like it'll stay, and then it goes back. It's weird.
Well, no, that's just people based on the videos that you're uploading. So it's like people aren't taking vested interest in some videos, but taking interest in others.
In other ones. And it's like that's what I'm trying to figure out which ones I can focus on, but then I try something new to see if that works.
Well, yeah, if you constantly try to toy with it and tinker with it instead of just consistently uploading and not worrying about the watch hours, people will find you if you just make things that you like. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't have to constantly worry about that. You should evolve and grow as a creator, obviously, but if you're starting off, just crank out fucking content. Like just crank it out. Like,
I mean, at least the stuff I cover is usually different. Or if I have like instead of doing one big video, sometimes I'll break a video into 3 or 2 parts if it's a topic I want to cover. It's very rare when I try to make the video very long, like the one that I did for 47 minutes with this with this guy, and I was like, oh my god, that took a lot out of me because it took a couple hours to edit.
You
Jesus
passed out
Christ.
for like 20 hours after that, which was funny as hell.
Nah, it goes.
She
No,
said
that's
she-
when. Yeah, that's when he came to the server. Never mind. I remember that.
All right, there we are. All right, cool. Everything's set up. Is there any other questions you guys have for me?
No,
or-
no, no. Right now we're
If you got if you got things you got to do, we don't want to hold
Nah,
you.
no, it's all right. I am going to go live going over the Twitch doxer and then the Rich Campbell allegations that are coming out. So that's going to be going on at 4:30 today.
Okay.
So I will be doing that. I do need a shower though. Fucking hell, bro. I smell like shit. I can
Yeah.
smell myself.
I have to plan to do Twitch because I started doing Evil Within for Twitch because I love that game. So I'm like, I need to do a class.
Best advice. Excuse me.
Bless you, brother.
Best advice I ever got was if you're gonna do like chill gaming streams, stick to Twitch. If you're gonna do topic oriented streams, stick to YouTube.
Yeah, okay, that'll work. Yeah,
Oh,
that'll make it easier.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that I've learned. So like I switch back and forth between Twitch and YouTube pretty often. So like
that's
Twitch will
kind
be
of
like
what we do.
yeah, keep
never
doing that
stay in
because
one place.
you need a backup just in case if one of them goes
Like
down.
one audience comes from the other, and then the other finds the other, and then it just works. And
It's like
Well, I look at it more if YouTube decides to just nuke my channel, I at least have a backup
yeah,
that
you
I
have a
backup. Yeah,
You know, you got to think about it like that, especially in the space of criticism. All right, let's see.
Why do I
here.
have a feeling that this entire podcast is going to be spread around because of your simple conversation at the beginning of it?
That's the thing is that
I was thrown for such a loop. I mean, how the hell am I gonna tell Tiff? Like, I was like, no fucking way. I was like,
No,
I'm like, I was smoking. No way.
We're in here. That blows my mind.
No, I didn't notice that Repsion was in here until I saw the comment that he said to Quantum that basically checked him.
No,
I
I
was like,
saw
oh,
that.
shit.
And I was like, whoa! How did we get?
Yeah.
Even in here.
Well, I told Tipster Repsion what was going on because
man.
Repsion was DMCA'd by him, and I know Repsion still has a little bit of like a tickle to like figure.
Is he
shit
still
out.
trying to DMC him? Because I remember
No.
he had cases open still, but you don't believe that.
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't think Quantum actually has any cases. I know Soru appealed. The video's fine. I'm pretty sure Hypocrite Hunter appealed. The video's fine. I'm pretty sure Repsion, the video's fine. Like, the thing is that Quantum will never actually go through with the lawsuit aspect because
he'll lose.
In my heart of hearts, he knows he'll lose, but we don't know until he takes that extra step.
Yeah.
And that was that was the thing that I talked to a couple of creators about, that if he takes that extra step, then it's warranted to start like really like
giving
talking
him shit
about him
for what he's done.
Well, taking somebody to court over something as petty as a fucking video, like, come on, dude.
It's like you're a grown. I'm not trying to like. I can't judge anybody else, but I'm like, dude, you're a grown man. Everybody's not the same. Like, he tries to categorize everybody as being the same.
We're not the board.
Yeah. I appreciate that he even came on to talk.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
But the thing is, he didn't show you there because anytime he's interacted with me before, he's been immediately hostile. He would not say that.
Well, hold on. So I'll give him credence where it's due, is that he comes in hostile because he assumes that it's a hostile environment.
Yeah, but even when we're talking
all the videos about him.
Yeah, but even when we're talking normal, but the way I do my videos, I do it with parody humor to make it more digestible rather than just strictly serious.
Yeah, some people do it one way, some people do it another, but
but it's just like, how do you
it's
take
just
it as
how
an
it is.
attack? And the way I do my thumbnails, I do it to fit the theme my channel is.
Well, that's just basic thumbnail work in general. The thumbnail needs to be able to tell the story or the thing that you're going to talk about, because that's what people are going to click on to access that information. So like, you don't want the thumbnail to be completely different from what you're actually talking about.
Yeah. Like, the idea when I was making mine was like, okay, since I'm a Star Wars fan and I based around more of like the Star Wars, the Sith Empire stuff, let me just have a Sith guy electrocuting somebody, and I just do my cropping and editing. But I could see him stretching it. Think you can remember. I'm using your old cop avatar, and I have Keo with a slipper.
Yeah,
it can almost look like he's like a cop is ignoring a hate crime, which there's not even a hate crime being committed. And I think that's as far as I think he was stretching. I'm just putting myself in his.
Hey, if we get going, why we have it? Mine's my entire channel was based off of, if you've ever watched Steins Gate, which is heavily science background travel. I have basically a lab coat which I wear for my videos. So bunk, burnt.
Yeah, it's rare when I wear the robe because it gets hot in this room.
My
right.
Kiyoma, because the guy's actual
Yeah.
character called Kiyoma. So
The only time I wear this, when I wear the Sith robe, they know I'm just gonna say it.
So where's
when
the narc part?
I go
Chris?
full
That's all I
blown.
gotta ask.
No, I'm intelligent here, but then I go full blown retarded Sith on the person that they piss me off.
I get you. What was your question, Mad?
I was gonna ask, where did you get the narc part from yours?
That was just an old gamer tag I've had for a long time, and I just fucking put it in there for shits and giggles. Then it became a whole character, and then it became the identity of the channel. So it wasn't like planned out to be
YouTube's
that way.
Police officer.
Like my first ever video. Well, my original channel is my Narcax channel. That's my passion project. It's like a skit podcast channel where, you know, funny stuff happens or like stupid stuff happens depending on how cringy you think it is, which it's pretty cringe.
I would say what we're doing right here is cringe, and this is hilarious.
Well, to be honest, it's not really that cringe. You guys are asking good questions. We were able to talk to, you know, a notorious member of the community. We were able to have tipster here and everything. So like, it's not really cringe when it's something that people have eyes on right now. So like, how I created that persona was not like the Deaf Noodles thing where it's like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm one way, don't take me seriously. The cop hat and glasses was just an added gimmick that I added to the already bombastic personality I have. Cause like you could watch my first ever video on the channel. I didn't have the getup. I didn't have the getup at all. It was just the name of the channel, you know? And then the first ever video I uploaded to it was the copyright abuse thing because I knew about the Susie Lou situation and I looked at, you know, looked up that situation like it.
Because I was the anime community. That just gives me a migraine.
I think that means you could probably say I must have dodged a bullet not being on YouTube at that time, but then I started
like that was a good time for YouTube. It was just a more chaotic time based on if you were in the commentary community.
I would say, Chris, would you say between 2018 to 14 or 2010 around there was like the golden age where it was just like the Wild West?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like people that turn around and constantly bring up, "Oh, the golden age of YouTube, golden age of YouTube."
The Wild West.
No, I get it. It was a lot more wild. There was a lot more crazier shit going on. There was more drama. There was more situations that were worth covering. There was more of a community back then, and there's still a community. It's still an active community, but it's not like it once was. Everyone's become too commercial. Everyone doesn't have a real opinion. Everyone just kind of like bullshits around. And they're too afraid to get canceled by sponsors or whatever. So nobody has any sort of like edgy opinions or edgy takes on things that people can make fun of.
Speaking of sponsors, Chris, will you ever sponsor Raid Shadow Legends?
I would if they paid me.
What?
What is it?
He hates Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, I don't care, but like there is a company that hopefully, if Keem allows me to, once my numbers hit a certain area, I could do that. So it's called Grow. I think it's called Grow Peaceful. Keem created a company that is doing something new where instead of you just buying a seed and planting the weed plant, you can actually purchase proper soil in a box with a seed, all the equipment necessary, instructions on how to grow your own plant. And it's only like 40. Yeah, it's only like $40, 40 or $50 for like the whole setup.
There's a weed plant for
yeah, it's called Grow Peaceful. Keemstar just started the company, and it's really cool. I've seen it in person. It's really cool. Like if it's legal in your state, you can purchase it. Obviously.
Oh yeah, it's legal.
This is another thing that helps with my my nerve damage. So
yeah, it's just how it is. But like I would recommend if anybody watches this live stream later, check out Grow Peaceful, company by Keemstar, because I've seen the product in person and it looks fucking awesome.
If anybody if you got the link, you could put it in the chat so then they can get it.
Yeah, I gotta find the fucking link. I gotta go on Drama Alert and find it now.
Or you can put it in the
I'm shilling Keemstar shit and he's not even fucking paying me. Motherfucker. All right, let's see here.
Hey. I don't think I have you as mod, so you can't put the exact link there.
It's all right. It's fine. It's no big deal. Just people can look it up. People can look it up.
Yeah, that's right. They heard you said it in the video, so
people can look it up themselves. I'm not gonna hold your fucking hand through it. Keem isn't paying me for that. I just thought it was a cool product.
It is. Sounds cool. I just was wondering if you're going to sell your soul to the Raid Shadow Legends because everybody does.
Well, yeah, everyone sells his soul to fucking Nord and Surfshark and all that shit. So why not Raid?
Oh, here's a good question. What do you think of before we all leave? Do you think it's funny that all these sponsors are coming out as fake? Like you have the
Are you talking? Are you talking about the established titles thing?
the established titles, the knife one, what was the other one that was just got like a bunch of the ones that people were shilling are becoming like.
So can I be
scam.
upfront about the established titles thing?
That was funny.
They misled in advertising, right? Especially on their own website. That is a given. But when they gave the information to the content creators, like Bo Black's literally shared it with a bunch of us. It literally states, don't say that you're legally a lord or lady. Like it says it in the promotional material. So somebody from what I assume and what I think is that somebody in their ad department fucked up big time. I don't think they were maliciously doing it because Scott said that they weren't actually planting trees or whatever, which they were. It was proven. So yeah, sure, it was a gimmick. Was it like a full-blown corporate scam like you would consider like a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme or anything like that? Not so much. It's just a gimmick gift. It's like buying a star for your fucking dementiated uncle or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you should be smart enough to know that you're not actually going to be a lord in Scotland if you buy it. Like I think dumb people listen, bro, if you're dumb enough to think that that was real, you deserve to be scammed, bro. That's at least how I look at it.
I found if I did that, I would laugh my head off because then I could just make fun of myself.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even take it seriously. I would make fun of myself.
Exactly.
Well, I am a lord of a 2-foot piece of land.
Yeah, like people that actually took it seriously are fucking stupid, dude. That's at least how I look at it.
Parody yourself in a way.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
I gotta find it. When I find it, I'll share it on Twitter. Somebody did make a meme about me. I can't find. You ever seen the Eric Andre show?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember when he shoots Hannibal?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had beef with another YouTuber, and I only said something back because he took it a little too far. Then this person made a thing saying, "Oh, John says he wants peace," but then it's him shooting. I was like, dude, you just used a meme that I actually like, so you didn't embarrass me with it.
Epic. That meme was epic.
So it's good. That's how you know you're doing things right, is where you're getting memes made about you.
And that's one thing, Chris, I gotta ask. I don't understand what is up with people when they get mad when they're turned into a meme. Do they not realize that when you become meme,
you're a legend at that point?
You're a legend.
Whether the meme is negative or positive, you're going to be forever remembered in the internet space. So becoming a meme can be a positive or a negative, however you look at it. So like, again, an example is like Keem being memed to death for years, like the Alex clips and all that shit.
Halo.
Right?
I remember
like all the Halo trolling shit. He's been clipped to death, but he's going to live forever as a fucking meme. Like that in a sense is like immortality in its own right, just from the meme.
So people, as Chris aren't clear, if you ever get meme status and you can look at Google Images and you pop up in the Google Images a meme, you are a legend.
You are a legend. You're a legend. The minute you're a meme, whether that's positive or negative, you are a legend.
Whether you're bad or good, it's funny.
That's basically it.
All right, I take it as the closing statements. If Chris, if you got a live stream, everybody give him a watch. We're also going to be on Twitch probably in a little bit.
Yeah,
this was fun and chaotic. This is what we do sometimes. It's called history lessons. We ain't everyone had like this.
Yeah, no, it's just,
I do on my channel.
Just what happens. That was all real time. So I appreciate you guys bringing me on. Thank you to everybody that watched today. Make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel, Emperor John. Really nice guy. Quantum, I want to say thank you for coming out because I noticed you were still in chat. Thank you for coming out, bro. I know we came at an impasse, but hopefully in the future we can grow and learn from each other. All right, man.
Keo?
Well, I will say this was the most funnest first history lesson you've ever done, and if you will look at the concept,
first one in a while.
I love doing them. They're just fun to laugh at, and it was fun talking to ChrisTheNarc.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And having the legendary tipster on here.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it so much.
All right. I'll see y'all. Everyone, we'll see you later.